Cats and their signs of affection.
Yep,
Sink their
indeed.
claws into you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crabby D&D. I'm here with my players, Cat,
Hi.
Damian,
Hello.
Kirv,
Hi.
Romulus,
Hello.
and Vinny.
Hello.
Right, if it seems like there might be a little bit of lag, blame BT. So, yes, I say something and then they speak back a little bit later. That is just due to BT. Let me quickly reconnect to the Discord just to make sure that it's not going to be a problem. There we go. I'm back. And we will be getting a Mortar at some point, about halfway through the session. As always, every second week he isn't able to make the initial beginning, but will be here for later on. And he has told me what he would like Mortar to do during this combat, and has entrusted me to carry that out to the best of his wishes.
Run in the corner and cry?
No, actually. Surprisingly, it's still within the realms of what he wants to do, while also being not wanting his character to die while he's not the one doing it. So,
If he's gonna hand his pistol to one of the sentinels,
no, that was not his intention. Anyway, if there is a disconnect partway through, it's because my internet provider is shocking, and
Amazing.
Yep, amazing, and all that good stuff. But I think for now we should begin with our little intro here. Now then, last time our party of adventurers, Cat, Damian, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny, had ventured deep into Zeka's Crossing in search of Leo. After a few diplomatic matters handled carefully, the party progressed into a larger waiting room. Being attacked by a rogue swarm of Archmites, the party did their best to fend them off as they could, with Cat accidentally running onto a teleportation circle that sent her elsewhere. With Romulus following Cat while the party finished up dealing with the... Sentinel. Oh no, that's terrible.
Centaur was
Oh.
No.
elsewhere. Can I have inspiration?
No.
I think just for that desperation.
Okay, Kirv, I'll give you I'll give you the choice. You interrupted my intro, so I'll give you inspiration.
Yeah.
In exchange, I get inspiration for one of my monsters too. On the other team, I will state.
What do you think, guys? Shall I take the deal?
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
After being rudely interrupted in a bout of inspiration being provided for both sides, Romulus followed Cat while the party finished up dealing with the waiting room combat. They progressed into the next chamber that they found to see before them Leo and one other waiting in front of a door. After a couple of warnings and attempts to buy time on Romulus's part, Romulus was paralyzed and brought near death from a single strike from Leo, while the party caught up.
It was two strikes, thank you.
The combat... I think it was just one. I can't remember. With the combat rolling, the party managed to put out some of the fires that were caused and managed to keep Romulus alive, removing 3 of the foes from the fight, 2 diplomatically and 1 with the loss of a head. Soon after, the Steel-Arc Sentinels awoke and interrupted the fight due to some interference with the scenery around the room, yet Raylo and Leo have no intentions of stopping. So, let us return back to the top of the initiative order, where we will continue on this combat, I believe. Mortar in this instance is going to turn to you, Damian. The situation becoming dire, but strangely more in the favour of the party with what's happening. As Mortar turns to you, Damian. So what are we doing? Are we still fighting these individuals? And they're going to hold their pistol upwards, and they are going to dodge for their action. Otherwise not doing anything else, but still keeping themselves aware of what's happening. So, Vinny,
Okay.
you are
Damian,
up.
reply.
Yeah, I'll allow you to reply.
Okay. Having attempted in the previous session to disarm Leo and then failed to hit him, Leo failed to hit me. Damian's going to reply, try and subdue him. Knock him out.
Alright. And, well, actually, let's go back to Mortar's turn then, because he's not dodging. Alright. Mortar is going to make 2 shots at Leo. And attempt to hit him.
Mistake.
Yep, definitely. Oh, well, that's what he would do.
You
Alright.
already said he used his action to dodge.
I did, but I didn't account for Damian wanting to reply. So,
Dang you, Damian.
both of those will hit with a 26 and a 29 to hit. So that will be 2d8 plus 10 psychic damage.
That doesn't sound so Jewish.
That's
No, it
20.
doesn't.
That's 28 points of damage to Leo. Yeah, well, he can't subdue. Okay, so that would do. Instead, it would do that much damage, taking him to that. Okay, he is very badly wounded as a result of that. But you watch as Mortar, in this instance, kind of not caring about the individual who's right next to him, takes out the kind of the heavy hand cannon and takes 2 shots towards Leo in this moment. As both of these shots go off towards Leo, you watch as Leo grabs the side of his helmet as the psionic energy begins to rack the inside of his brain. And as a bonus action, because he has no other use for it, he is going to bonus action take a strike with his Stalker Blades versus Raylo. Which will, on a 13 plus 7, or 20, that will just hit versus Raylo. And because he doesn't have 2-weapon fighting, this is just a d4. 4 points of damage. That's pretty good. Okay. Raylo has taken his first point of damage in this combat. Okay. With that, at the end of Mortar's turn,
Stop.
we move on to Vinny's.
Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's much of a choice here, right? Just to check, it's not really possible to get a read on what the Steelux Sentinels actually want here, is it?
From what you heard them say,
Like, precisely.
no. But I will say that what they did say was, please cease your fighting, that they will resolve this immediately.
I think we're gonna have to fight some robots.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I really don't want to fight some robots.
I really don't either. I'm currently bound by one of them.
If
so-
there's any chance of a free action here, I would very much like to yell, just stop! As loudly as Romulus's impressive lungs can.
Okay. Vinny.
Just stop. Move.
Okay, where can I... no, that's too big. Wait, is sleep really that big?
Oh yeah, sleep's fucking massive.
Mm-hmm.
That won't affect the robots, I would have thought.
That's
No,
true.
and I'm pretty sure Leo is the lowest health in the
Correct, yeah.
group, but
Yeah.
I can't risk after... I forget the crow's name. Filch and Eugene.
Yeah.
Does it start with the lowest hit points?
Starts with the lowest hit points, yeah, you don't get to choose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just until there's not enough left to overcome. Hit points remaining.
Did Mortar take any damage last session?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't think so.
He
No.
stayed out of the bulk of the combat, and then he was standing next to Raylo, who hit the pillar,
Yeah.
and that's why there are robots
I
there
think
now.
he took some damage from the bugs on the floor above.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But then again,
Yeah, he hasn't updated his hit points is all, so I'm wondering if maybe he was writing it down on a notepad or something. Okay. I believe I remember him saying that he was on 23, so I will just knock him down to that for now.
No, you'll be fine.
Oh,
Instantaneous disconnect.
Oh, and
Yeah.
go.
Who needs to see the map, right?
Was that everyone or?
Yeah.
yeah. That was everyone. Stream is reconnecting. Yes, that must be it, returning back to its former state.
It's been balked.
Yes, it has. Alright, switching back to this for now. I'll return in just a moment after it finishes reconnecting, but you can still hear me.
that's good.
Still can.
Woo!
Right, how do I do this?
That's BT and EE's wonderful new service that they provide.
Would
BT
you call it
and
a
EN.
service?
Well, yeah, they've joined forces, so effectively what happens is if the BT if the BT router disconnects, the EE hub picks it up. But the EE hub takes about a minute to reconnect, but then once it transfers you back over to the router, everything disconnects for a few seconds. So it's a really terrible system. Like, I get why they use it, but it's terrible.
Yeah, it's a simple fix, right? If BT actually got their stuff together,
Yeah.
wouldn't need
That would
that.
require renationalisation.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate the way that it's been handled, but I'm going to be getting in contact with them at some point, calling them up and just being like, look, it keeps disconnecting. This is a problem that has only been brought about since the new package change, and this new device that you wanted me to connect. So,
Ugh. Right.
okay, so we are back. We are live again. Right, hopefully they didn't muck up anything in the recording. I'll find out later though. Okay, so where were we?
Right, it was my turn.
It was your
Damian
turn. Yeah.
Was previously trying to disrupt Leo's beads, but I don't know if I saw that.
From here, no, that wouldn't be something you'd see.
No. Okay, in that case then. Here. What is it going to take to attempt to steal, like physically remove Leo's weapon? It's a great sword, isn't it?
Yeah. I will say, if your intent is to attack and disarm, that will be an attack with intent. If you are intending to grab it and steal it, it will be an athletics check versus his athletics or acrobatics, because he has a lot of control over it currently. Also, we can hear you breathing, Jamie, just so you know. Or new Jamie, sorry.
Sorry?
We
New
could hear
Jamie,
you
got it.
breathing for a moment.
Oh no, you don't want to hear me breathing. You want
It's
me
good
to
to
be
know that
dead.
you are alive, though.
Yes. Not what I meant there. Sorry. Carry on, Vinny.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to attack after. What can I get away with here?
Okay.
Okay, I know it might be a bit of a long shot, but I'm going to attempt to steal the sword.
Okay. Athletics check here then.
Just to check, you do remember that Leo's another emissary, right? Is it
Good
the
point.
beads that is his emissary thing, or is it the sword?
You don't know. This is your first time coming into contact with emissaries.
Damian knows, but he can't tell anyone. Not his turn.
Very true.
Shit, what do? Fuck. Sorry, hold on. This is taking a minute.
No, it's fine.
I have no idea what I can do that would be helpful here.
In character, you may not know about the emissary weapon thing. I thought we'd all kind of cottoned on based on what had been said previously, but...
Oh, no. In this instance, emissaries is the first time coming into contact with them. You've only recently met one in the form of Mortar. So, as far as you're
Gotcha.
aware, you don't know that there are weapons that are tied to houses. The most you've seen is Mortar's weapon has a reaction to somebody trying to take it. Or handling it, I should say.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a bad idea, but I probably wouldn't know about that, so... Yeah, I guess I will attempt to do so anyway.
Okay, just an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
17.
25 on his part. The
Reasonable.
beefy physique of Leo seems to be much more accustomed to wearing this heavy armor and plate, and as you try and kind of reach and grab for the sword, he wrenches his hands free of yours in that moment as you do attempt to grab them. So that will be your action.
Come on, man. There's only one way this can go.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
With disadvantage, that's a 23.
Okay. As he otherwise looks at you, there's a moment of realization in his eyes as he looks at you and looks around and realizes that he is heavily outnumbered, that two of his companions have backed off and it's just Raylo next to him. You then watch as there's a flash of red that covers his eyes for a moment and returns back to him. He resists your effect. Or rather, something else has.
Okay, that's still good to know, but like... Also, I'm pretty sure that Damian already knows that, but I don't know that he knows, so...
There is an
Damian, I don't
anakin
think
there
it's-
to reach.
Yeah. Damian, I don't think he's fully in control here.
Can I reply again?
I will say you've already replied to Mortar, you'll have to wait till your turn, I'm afraid.
That's what I would have thought. That's fair.
Okay. So, movement, action, and bonus action used. Kirv, you are up.
Honestly, I think my best choice, I'm just going to try and disengage. Try and
Okay.
listen to what Romulus and the robots have said. But, you know, remain by the robots in case they do start. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I thought that was Cat for a second. Alright.
No,
The hand was
No.
covering Cat.
not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Well, to make sure, yeah.
As you disengage and otherwise leave Leo's range, Leo's Sentinel kicks in. And he's going to make an attack of opportunity against you.
Nah, but I disengaged.
But Sentinel.
Yeah,
Two
but
can
no,
play at that
but-
game, and Romulus has this as well.
but
Now, I'm going to say this. That is a natural 20.
but nah.
Okay.
Well,
Looks like Kirv's moving back to Paladin.
Back to basics. Okay. So,
is that Leo again?
yeah, this is Leo. Okay, he gets to re-roll that.
Hi, Kirv. We hardly knew ye.
Okay. That is 23 points of slashing damage and 13 points of fire damage, for 36 damage.
Ow.
As you otherwise, and your movement speed becomes 0. As you attempt to flee, otherwise heeding the Sentinel's word, as you otherwise kind of disengage and step back using your scythe as a ward, he otherwise turns, almost this moment of being reinvigorated, steps into where you were and brings the greatsword down in a cleaving motion. You feel it otherwise strike through from the upward strike straight into your collarbone. You feel that crunch and pain. Your arm almost instinctively lets go of your scythe, the other hand barely hanging on as you go down onto one knee, unable to move or leave, as he draws the greatsword from you and holds it up high in preparation for another potential strike. You have used your action and your movement is 0. Do you have a bonus action? Kirv?
Sorry, thinking.
Mhm.
I don't think there's anything I can do that's going to be helpful.
Okay.
Damn, and I'm below at 0.
Below 0?
Yes.
Oh, so you're unconscious.
You're unconscious.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
unconscious already.
Mm.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Do I keep going into negatives?
Oh, no. No, from here it moves on
Unless
to...
it manages to, like... Unless it takes you down to your maximum health, in minuses, you're fine.
But you always reset to 0 after every attack. So,
Yeah.
you're currently at 0, so...
Really.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, end of your turn. It is now Leo's turn, and he looks to you, Damian, in this moment. Fight me, or your friends will pay the price, the same as mine had, and looks at the corpse of Kirv, or the body of Kirv next to him, and is going to make 2 attacks versus you, Vinny. The first of which is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
The second of which he is going to use his blessed boon for, to make that an 18 to hit. Does that also hit?
Also hits because defensive flourish ended when my turn started.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The first attack deals 16 points of slashing damage and 2 points of fire halved to 1, so 17 damage. The second attack, can we roll those because great weapon fighting, is 10 points of slashing damage and 7 points of fire halved to 3, 13 damage. You still up?
That is exactly 0, unfortunately.
Okay. As Vinny too falls unconscious, the fairy fire fades. Okay. He turns back to you, Damian. Hatred in his eyes in that moment. And he is going to take a step closer to you because he does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Raylo, in this instance, looks at what's happening here. Sees Vinny, sees Kirv, and sees Mortar. But knows the Steel Arc Sentinel is behind him. Raylo, in this instance, I think, is going to, as a bonus action, activate his Charred Cast ability as his body begins to glow this kind of deep black and red coloration, and he is going to take 2 swings, one against the Steel Arc Sentinel, the other against Mortar. The first one against the Steel Arc Sentinel has a bonus to hit because it is where it is considered as being heavy armor. That versus the Steel Arc Sentinel is a 21 to hit, which will hit the Steel Arc Sentinel, doing 13 points of magical slashing damage, which goes straight into the Steel Arc Sentinel's health. Okay. Picking it down to that. The second is going to go into Mortar. That is a 28 to hit, and I'm going to pump a Vengeful Smite into this one. Okay. So, Vengeful Smite is a bonus 4d8 plus the regular damage. Okay, I can reroll that. Okay, so that is 8 plus, so 14, 21, 32, 38 points of damage versus Mortar. Mortar is down.
Oh my god!
In this moment, as Damian, you're standing there looking and seeing Leo take out Kirv, then Vinny, and then Raylo takes 2 heavy swings. The first one taking the Steel Sentinel, who raises its gladius to block, being shunned back slightly, as he then spins, taking the next swing. The axe almost decapitating Mortar as he steps back, but it slices clean across his collarbone near his throat. And he falls unconscious as well. All of your blessed targets are down. And that hits you, and that hurts. Raylo, in this instance, is going to move in. I'm going to say that the weapon, as much as it's under him, is irrelevant to combat. End of Raylo's turn. Damian, you are up. Man, if Dan shows up now and it's like, what happened?
One round of combat.
I now just to check, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Steel Arc Sentinels are going to have much of an issue with me beating the shit out of Raylo now, are they?
We'll have to see.
You
Let
know.
me-
They
go
better
before
don't.
you. They literally go before you, so hopefully.
Yeah,
we'll
you'll
get
find
some
out
answer.
before they. So the thing that Damian doesn't know, but I, as a player, am intrigued, is the case that Raylo has stayed in the combat because he's just more loyal, or he's somehow magically or something else sort of tied to Leo. That kind of influences decisions a little. No, to be fair, the Steel Arc Sentinel and Romulus will be able to deal with him. Right, I'm going to try and deal subdue damage against Leo.
Okay.
I'm
Go
just going
for
to try
it.
and knock him out. I've got no other options that I can think of.
Okay. Make me the attack roll then, please.
Yeah. Do I have anything else? I use my bardic inspiration. I probably won't have it anyway.
Well, even you've used it, so it will be gone.
And he's
now.
unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. We'll go with the second attack.
As you
That was an 8.
as you step in for the first swing against him, you are shaken, seeing 3 of your friends down. The moment of composed battle stance leaves you as you take a wild swing at his head. He lifts up the greatsword, Thorns of Vengeance, as it slams against it. The ringing of magical metal on magical metal reverberates throughout the room. Make me the second attack, please.
Right, let's get rid of that dice. Next one. And if these both miss, Chris, I would like 2 new dice, and these ones can be sacrificed to the void.
That's fair.
Yeah, definitely sacrifice
Another
it to the void.
2. Okay. Another 2. Alright, here you go. 2 fresh dice. Rolled by the DM for good luck. Oof.
That's still crap. Give me another 2.
I want infinite dice.
You know what? I'll allow it. You know what? This is your story, and in this instance, having it be that.
Oh, come on! It's the second time!
Okay, Chris, I'm gonna roll the dice. Oh no.
No, they're just in books.
Okay, don't worry, I'll luck these dice up. Don't worry.
Yeah, luck them up. Give them a good luck rub. There we go.
Well, I
We'll
decided
take
what
it.
to do with
Good
my
enough.
bonus action because that's what I've got.
You're gonna shove as a bonus action.
I think I might well do so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, trip over the corpse of Vinny.
Okay. Are you then going to
No!
are you then going to step into
Always
the
happy to help.
space?
Now he's already used his sentinel. He can't use it again, right?
His turn's been. He can
Attack.
use
We
it
have-
now.
Oh wait, no shit.
He can use it
Oh,
again
of
now.
course.
Because at the end of Kirv's turn.
Okay. Then yes, I will move forward.
Okay.
And if that gets me knocked down as well, that
Oh no,
good luck,
Sentinel
Romulus.
only
Yeah.
triggers when you would leave. So this is your fight.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You step forward, facing down Leo. It is now the Steel Arc Sentinel's turn. To which you hear it say, "You have violated our command." And it's, yeah, this one is going to move past you. And they are going to initiate flanking because they know how. This one is going to socket into this one, and this one's going to socket into this one. So I'm going to put them directly behind.
Wait, there's socketing?
Yeah.
Oh.
You watch as the overminds almost swivel and then shoot to the backs of these Steel Arc Sentinels, shrink down slightly and socket and click in. As you watch this, their blades rupture with this almost plasma-like energy.
Yeah, this is some real Megazord shit.
This is. So with that, the Steel Arc Sentinel gains a bonus +2 to
Plus
hit.
20.
A bonus +2 to hit on top of what it gets, so it already gets. So this is a +10. It can make up to 2 attacks with its glyph blade. So the first one's a 28 to hit. The second one is 29 to hit.
Bye, Bailey.
So this will be 2d8, 2d8 +10 across the 2 attacks, and then 2d6, and then 2d6 fire or lightning damage. In this instance, I'm going to do lightning damage because I'm going to assume he's resistant to fire because they're smart. Okay. So 17 points of slashing damage and 9 points of lightning damage from the first one. This one's going on to Raylo. So 17 and then 9. So that takes him down to that. So he gets this many of those. And that was across 2 attacks. So that's that one done. Then the other one. In this instance, it hasn't taken aggressive actions against Romulus. So Romulus, you count as a neutral party. So it does not suffer any negatives from you being there. So that is a 16 to hit, which misses, followed by a 22 to hit, which hits. So we'll do It will do only
I don't.
12
that missed, I
points of
don't suppose-
damage.
With the one that missed, I'm not. I would rather be an ally than neutral. Is there anything I can do to use a reaction to?
Unfortunately, it's its interpretation of what you are.
Very fair. Very valid.
Yeah, its feature is strength in numbers. For each allied unit that is adjacent to it, it gets a +1 to its to hit. So currently, because you're not effectively fighting in formation, you don't give it any bonuses. Okay, so that's those two done. These two are currently concentrating on holding Cat down, who is a monster, so they are going to retain their enchantment on Cat. These two, on the other hand, are going to change positions, and they are going to use their multi-magic feature. So, the Overminds are going to begin by using... this one is going to begin by casting Mending on the Steel Arc Sentinel, and then Arcane Shackles on... up to 2 targets. So it will actually both of them will try and hit both Leo and Raylo. So Leo and Raylo, their charisma saving throws. Yeah, with their modifiers, they're fine. So they do not get affected by the Arcane Shackles, and the repair causes the Steel Arc Sentinel to regain 7 hit points. Okay. Then the other one is going to do the exact same thing, but instead of casting Mending, it is going to cast Homing Blade on Leo. So Leo takes... Ooh, that's pretty good damage, actually. Is going to take 9 points of damage on Leo. And then their charisma saving throws. Oh, that's a natural 1 as Raylo is grappled and restrained by the chain.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration on that. Alright, never mind, he succeeds.
Damn. Oh, no.
I blame Kirv for this.
Nice gods, what have I got to do to actually roll something decent instead of the DM?
I don't feel I could do anything, which is probably quite bad.
Okay, but Leo takes 9 points of damage. Okay. End of the Steel Arc Sentinel's turn. Actually, these two can still do cantrips, even though they're focusing on their Arcane Shackles. So they're going to both pump... Yeah, they're both going to pump Homing Blades into Raylo at this point. So those are auto hits, those are just damage. So Raylo takes 5 points of force damage, and then 6 points of force damage. So 11 points of force damage overall. Okay. He is looking badly wounded.
Alright.
Alright. End of their go. Romulus, you're up.
Romulus. Right. First things first. Am I able to stand on Vinny's space above his unconscious body?
Yeah,
You
that's
want to
fine.
teabag him or something?
Oh,
Yes, I'm going to teabag Vinny back to life.
1, 2. Actually, no. Yeah, because this is technically not here, so it'll be 1, 2, 3. You'll move out of range and provoke an opportunity attack.
oh.
That's... Raylo doesn't have Sentinel, does Raylo, as far as I'm aware?
Not as far as you're aware, no. But you haven't seen him
Yeah.
fight.
Alright, then I don't... Yeah, I'm taking that, I don't care.
Okay.
That's the only one left alive.
Okay. You aren't wearing heavy armor, so he doesn't get a
I
benefit.
don't suppose his
from
weapon has reach, does it?
that. No. No, the Iron Splitter is a great axe.
Oh.
Oh, you alright? Hello? Hello,
Oh,
everybody?
we're dropping like flies.
I can hear you.
Hello?
You can hear me.
Action. Hello? Hello, you there?
Oh, hello.
cat.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to check, does his weapon have reach by any chance?
No, it's a great axe.
Worth a try. In
That's
that case, does he manage to hit me?
Yes, he will on a 21.
I would like to choose for that to not hit me.
Using what?
Nothing. I would just like to.
I'd just like to.
Nothing.
Administrative privileges.
I didn't say I
No.
could do it. I just said I'd like
Okay.
to.
I cast nope.
Now, if I remember correctly, you are currently not raging because you spent your last turn standing down, if I remember correctly. Because you spent your turn trying to convince Cat to come out of her form, which she did.
If I did not realize that.
Did you want to re-rage before this happens?
I would like to re-rage, yes.
Okay, good.
I would not have gone... If anything, I am more raged than I ever have been, given the current situation.
Oh no, that's perfectly fair. I'm just saying this now because I'm doing a vengeful smite against you.
Yeah, that's fair. It's very fair.
So, I also keep forgetting I need to roll the additional d4 for damage. Okay. So, 8 plus X is 34 points of slashing damage. Halved to
halved.
17.
Well, then I am
As you
still up,
otherwise-
I would not be.
As you otherwise go to move past, you roll that with disadvantage, by the way, because he is restrained, just letting you know. As you otherwise go to kind of move past around the Sentinel, otherwise preoccupied by the two taking their strikes against him with their glowing blue blades, he swings the axe down, catching your shoulder blade and carving down your back. You feel the pain roll through you, but it only fuels your rage as you step further forward round the Sentinel, and you now stand over top Vinny, in between Raylo and Leo.
Right. I'm unfortunately unable to get back into tabletop. It's being an arse.
Okay,
So I'm just going to close it down and restart. But
that's fine.
my attacks are going to be going into Leo because I know that this is Damian's moment. But as a character,
Romulus wants to kill people at this point. I don't
No.
blame him.
no, not even that. As a character, I know that you can heal people, so I need you to heal people.
Ah, that makes sense.
I can't do that. That's not my character. I wish I
true.
could, but I can't. So I need to take out Leo, and damn what happens to me. I need to make
Okay.
sure you can save our allies. That's who I am. So I am desperately hoping I can load up a tabletop simulator quick enough, because if anyone's going to be rolling these attacks, I want it to be me.
Oh no, that's fine. Take your time. I'm going to. Yes.
Yeah, no,
let me
it's
use my
never in a
dice
million
for it as
years.
well.
No, I'm quickly double checking something here, and whether this becomes relevant. Early, if the target dies, you die, or you're incapacitated. Okay, so in this instance, this does matter for the purposes of my knowledge here. So because Kirv is incapacitated, her Hexblade's curse disappears.
Right. Okay.
So she cannot get back up. Something that we did make the mistake of with regards to the mini combat we had, but something to note. But the Hexblade's curse disappears in this instance. So,
Right.
making your attacks against Leo.
Yep. As I'm doing that, I'm just going to yell at Cat. Cat, if you've got any healing, now is the time to use it. You're not a monster. I know you're not a monster. And then I'm going to swing at Leo in the hopes that if I can take him out, the mixture of Cat and Damian can heal our friends.
Okay. Go for it. Are you recklessing, and is this subdue damage?
I'm going to lock eyes with Damian as I'm pulling this swing. It's going to be reckless, but I'm locking eyes with Damian. Is this subdual, or am I going to finish this? All it takes from you is a nod.
I'm going to do something insane here, because I think, in all honesty, I as a player, knowing what just happened around Damian, I'm not 100% sure whether he's still got the intent he has at the beginning of the session or not. So I think I've got to roll a dice for it.
Okay.
That's fine. What
I'm
DC
not-
are you setting?
Set it to
So-
the dice gods.
Half of the party have gone down, so I feel like it should be more in favour of kill rather than subdue.
Okay. Did you want to say 7 or lower and it's subdue, and then 8 or higher it's kill?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
That sounds about what I was thinking with numbers.
Alright,
I was thinking the numbers slightly different, but yeah.
go for it. 7 or lower is subdue. 8 or higher is kill. In this moment, you otherwise look at Damian, and as much as Damian wants to kill this individual for what they've done, you as Romulus sense with your insight there is a history between these two. And even though you are angered by everything that has happened, you pick up the faintest want for Leo to come back.
All right. And
And
the
you-
stagger's coming in and beating the shit out of this guy's back of his head.
Okay, subdue damage. Now you do benefit from flanking because Damian is there, so there's a bonus +3 to your to hit in addition to everything else.
Yay! I
So
do help someone.
And there was a plus. For some reason, there's a +4 on me. I don't know what the fuck that's for. But for some reason, I have a D4 over here. I don't know why.
oh, that may have been when if Bless was cast on you another time, but oh well.
Come on. There it is.
Natural
20.
20.
Okay,
Okay.
so I've got to do a lot of re-rolling. I'm going to need you to dictate my rolls here because I need to re-roll this 2 first of all. Okay, I don't get to re-roll 1s unfortunately, but so
No.
we... Okay.
Now,
I believe I get to roll a second
yeah,
time for
so
the
you get-
entirety of it.
yeah, so go ahead and roll the 2 additional d6. This will be from the crit. So again, re-roll the 1. Okay. Okay.
Shit.
Were those were your best results? What was this one before?
It was a 2.
2.
There was a 2. Okay. So 4, 2, 5, 1. Go ahead and re-roll because yes, you get to re-roll all of them because of the stagger.
4, 2, 5, 1.
4, 2, 5, 1. Okay, so those are the numbers you have. So that is 17 plus 7, I believe.
17 plus 5 plus 2. Yes. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just having a quick look through stagger in case there's anything else.
I believe it does something on a critical hit, doesn't it? Or am I
Oh yes,
mistaken?
my next attack automatically hits, so I just roll damage.
Okay. Before we do
so
that,
assuming he's still up.
as you otherwise draw stagger upwards, you bring it down towards Leo, and in that moment there is hesitation from decapitation and incapacitation. And you spin the flat of the blade in such a manner that you strike against a nerve in his neck, and you watch as his eyes flicker for a moment, as if going unconscious. And Damian, you watch this too, as the form of Leo goes unconscious onto the ground. Not dead, just unconscious. But Romulus, in return, as a reaction in response to the attack as it goes off, you watch as the beads flare. And in that moment, you feel the sudden force of the damage hit you back. You dealt 23 points of damage. Or no, 24 points of damage. You take 24 points of slashing damage. Halved because of rage to 12.
I'm on 3 hit points currently.
But your next attack is an auto hit.
Yes, it is. Raylo! Goodbye!
So roll your damage against Raylo.
I'm just gonna roll all of
It's
these.
not a crit. Just in case.
No,
so,
yeah, just
okay,
for like the
so
double.
left, right. Got it.
Yeah.
And then obviously re-rolling only one set of 1, so you can re-roll this one, just in case it ends up being higher. Nope. So 4, 5. So, well no,
Yeah.
5, 5, sorry.
5, 5, so that's
So-
9 and
17 points of damage to Raylo.
yeah.
Okay. As Raylo sees Leo go down and you turn and take a swing at Raylo, there's a moment where Raylo otherwise bellows at you, a uncontrollable focus directed directly at you. As you hear him with gritted teeth, "I should have killed you when I had the chance."
You should have, but you didn't.
Okay.
Bam!
All right. Cat. It is your go.
Okay.
You are
This-
otherwise restrained and grappled to the floor by two large sets of arcane shackles. You can feel the magic within you quaking as if unstable. Your wild magic effect is doubled currently because of the arcane chains. Actually, no, there's two sets, so it
please
would be
fire.
tripled. So
Oh,
keep that in
wonderful.
mind.
Please fireball the whole dungeon.
Yeah.
We should all die now.
So keep
Okay.
that in mind. As you're
Alright.
otherwise lying there in this moment, you see the body of Branson in front of you, the blood pooling below you, Romulus bellowing, "If you've got any healing, use it now." You can just about make out 3 of your friends face down in pools of their own blood.
This is not cool. Cat is a mess right now. Alright, as a player, if I recall rightly last session, did Damian use the last of his lay on hands?
On Romulus,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've got
you've got
I've
no
got two-
healing.
I've got 2 healing potions and a potion of antitoxin or something like that. I think that's what I spotted in my
You don't
inventory.
have any spell slots?
Yes, but I don't think any of my spells are healing spells.
No.
Did you
So
pick up like healing word or something?
He has buff spells like Bless and Shield of Faith. He has a lot of buff spells, but healing spells, because the party is already has healing spells. It's just unfortunate that Cat's the only one up with healing at the moment.
Fair, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, Cat doesn't care who this hits. At the end of the day, she's got a friend. So where's my elemental detonation right here?
Oh no!
Hi again, Leo.
Please don't
Does that
heal
cover
anyone.
all our friends?
That will drop it for a moment.
Could you not just use a magic missile?
I
or
can't. No, I haven't got magic missile on. I've literally got. Yeah, this is the best I can do to get everyone.
Yeah, because
Unfortunately.
something to keep in mind here is you're otherwise grappled and restrained to the floor. You can feel for a moment you don't have the ability to do many components. Your verbal and somatic is still there, but they're far more
Yeah,
restricted. And
This is why I'm also doing elemental detonation. I need this to work, and
Okay.
casting through my amulet is an instant cast.
yeah,
Okay, I am going to elemental detonation there with the heal rune. Everyone, including the enemy, are going to take healing, but I
At
need to
least
get
Branson's definitely dead in front of you, so there's one less
Yeah.
enemy we need to worry about coming back.
Yeah, that's the best I can do.
right. Before you do any rolling, Chris needs to double check whether subdue damage bypasses healing. Okay, let's see. Because in the event that... Hello, can you guys hear me?
Inspiration for everyone!
Yeah, yeah.
Yay!
That's
Thank
that.
you,
Yeah,
DM
King.
Rebecca.
So we won. Everything all went
D&D.
well. We fully healed, and we all got inspiration.
Ice cream, by the way. They bring out ice cream as well. The
Oh,
river.
and ice cream.
As an
and
Oh,
ice
nice.
cream.
apology.
Yeah.
As an
That's
apology
really
for
cool.
everything that's happened.
That's not at all what
They're like,
happened.
sorry guys.
No,
here's-
No, DM Rebecca
no.
did state this.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
the relic.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah. The old DM
piece-
left, so we elected a new DM and was given inspiration and full health. Thank you.
There was blue smoke coming out the chimney and everything. It was proper paper.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Cat, you were just using elemental detonation on your friends, so they all failed death saving throws. And will die from this.
No!
Got it.
I can only bring one back.
Well, you're the one killing them all,
Which
so
do you
it's
like
your
the
fault. Which do you like the most?
Well, actually, how many gems have we got? I might be able to do it.
Ooh, that was fucked up.
How to clear the board.
Okay.
Just kill everything and just start again.
Let's try again.
So, as a general note, I will now switch back to the main screen so chat can actually see what's happening. Sorry for the stream that if it's been up and down because of this, I will be editing this out of the recording because this is just annoying. If this does it again in another hour, we will keep going until 10, at which point we will stop, and I will be calling my internet provider to say this is not on. I was promised as part of the contract that it would not be having disconnects more than once a week. I'll be calling them anyway, but I'll be definitely calling them at 10.
At least throwing a new woo.
Yeah, at least throwing a new with your contract.
This is cursed.
Yes, discussed. So,
Am I connecting in?
I think so.
Yes.
I think it might just be
are.
connecting slowly
in the
because,
game.
again, it's going through the sub router at the moment. And there will be another disconnect in about 10 minutes when inevitably the internet comes back and it switches back over to the stupid hub, which is breaking every hour. Okay,
Okay.
let's try this again. So, Cat, you heal rune and elemental detonation.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll for the amount of healing that you heal, which I
Guardian,
believe is
isn't it? Not damage.
8d6.
It's 8d6. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got.
And
right,
you've
yeah,
got
cool.
charges in there?
I put one in. Yes, I got 2 charges because I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Well, that's what I've written down here anyway.
That
so.
explains why that one was up there. Okay, go for it. So go ahead and roll me how much healing it is.
So
Okay.
half that, so it's 13 points of healing.
13. Okay. 13 points of healing. Reload.
If it's any consolation, it's lightning damage. If that counts to anything.
Yeah, it does. Steelhawk Sentinels are charged by that.
So everyone.
Oh,
So everybody gets healing,
Healing
even
for
them.
all.
So actually, they would just take the full 26 and be healed by the 26 in this instance then. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It was only missing 6 hit points. But you know what? That's fine as well. So,
Okay.
with that...
While Cat's doing this, she's using her movement, though she can't move, but she's... hooves are scraping on the floor. She is trying to move to get to them. Just let me help them!
Cat, how many spell points did that use?
That used my runes. That was a 3rd level heal, which was 3 SP and 1 charge of my thingy.
So that's the equivalent of 8 SP.
Yes.
What level spell is that?
3rd.
With the 3 SP added on, that should be a 7th, a 5th or a 6th level, correct?
5th level.
5th level. Go ahead and roll me a d20. If you roll a 15 or lower, wild magic goes off because it's tripled.
Oh. What's a 1?
Well, any time to roll a 1, it's now. Go ahead and roll me that d-hundo. So this is a 5th level, plus the maximum
please
order
tell us how to
5.
hold juniors.
29. That should
9.
be.
Hell yeah, flump time.
Give us the flump.
This worries me. This is a high level wild magic.
Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. 1, 2,
Please
3,
tell me it's
4,
the
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So go ahead and
Points
roll
of
me
damage.
3 d20s.
Alright, I'm rolling my 3 here, including the wild magic
Oh.
one.
Okay. 11,
11,
4,
4,
and 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mortar. 4, 5, 6, 7. Filch. 8, 9, 10, 11. This overmind.
Oh shit.
Actually, no.
That
That
one is
overmind.
technically
That one's
inside the other.
attached, so it would actually be the steel. Okay. Okay. I now need to roll d100 for each of these.
Oh, good god.
What did
Nice
you
knowing Mortar.
do? Also, was it 26 hit points we all got back?
13,
13.
Oh.
because it's half the damage I do in healing.
That's really funny, but it's also really stupid. Okay. Alright, so that happens to Mortar. Okay, that happens to Filch. Okay. And that happens to the Steel Sentinel. Okay, so the following happens. As your wild magic goes off, this detonation explodes outwards, and there's a moment where the energy lingers on Mortar, Filch, and the Steel Sentinel, and they all disappear momentarily. Before Mortar reappears, 5 feet closer, Filch appears down here in the corner next to a crystal, and the Steel Arc Sentinel is up here. So your wild magic goes off. As it teleports 3 random creatures up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space at random with which you can see.
Well, I mean,
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
yeah. We could have just fireballed us all after healing.
That's true, that could have gone
I'd
horribly.
love-
So, with that...
That's all I've got healing, so...
Okay, so, Kirv, you are now conscious again with 13 hit points. Mortar is conscious again with 13 hit points. Vinny is conscious again with 13 hit points. Romulus, you're going to get shunned about up to here because you're on top of his tile. Leo gets
That's
up
fine.
with 13 hit points.
Okay.
Knock them the fuck out. Knock them the fuck out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get you all up.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Night tap.
I'm
And-
disappointed that the headless Branson hasn't got up with 13 hit points, but you know we'll take it.
No, he can't.
God.
Okay. End
No way.
end of his turn. End of that. It's Mortar's turn. Mortar at this point is like he can't run because Leo. Technically Leo is prone, and Leo would have lost his reaction, right? Because he was unconscious. No, because he's been brought back, so he would have it now. Does he risk trying to back off? No, he's going to make 3 attacks while the dude's prone and look at Damian. What are we doing? I guess you said knock him out. So
I think that there might be finally at this point Damian might actually correct character slightly and actually might use an expletive in that saying that. But yes, he would be saying knock him out.
okay, that one hits. Second attack hits. Third attack hits. All right.
Just
So-
pistol whip him for God's sake.
Judy, okay, so he takes 12 points of piercing damage as he is whacked twice, and then the third attack, which does 2 damage, knocks him out. as Mortar's there,
Beautiful.
just
How's it
looking
going?
at this, just kind of, at this moment, I will say, kind of straddles the back of Leo, and with the butt of his knife, just bah, 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 knocks him to the ground before kind of stepping off of him. Leo is unconscious again. Okay, Mortar is then going to back off, dropping his weapons to the ground as they instantly resheath themselves, and he kind of puts his hands up as he's done his job. Vinny, I assume you stand up?
Yep, I stand up first of all. I don't know exactly what transpired because I was unconscious for a lot of it. How is Romulus looking since
He is bleeding heavily.
Yeah, I did just get a pint of healing though, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm surviving.
Yeah, he's
I
bleeding.
can't take another hit from like Raylo or Leo, but I am up. I'm not immediately going to die. I have an effective 32 hit points left.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, and how is Raylo looking?
Raylo, after that bout of healing, is no longer bloody. Oh no, he is still just about bloodied.
Okay then. Right. I'm going to move around here.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, because you're moving through Romulus's tile.
Yep.
Finish him.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to hit Raylo.
Don't be nice about it. Don't kill
not-
him, but don't
I'm
be
not.
nice.
I'm not attempting to be polite, but I'm not seeking anyone else's input on this. I'm decided I'm not trying to deliberately kill these people,
Okay.
even though they probably deserve it. But oh well.
I'm just saying. Have you got scimitars or rapier?
Scimitar and a short sword.
Ah, if you had a rapier, I was going to say you could shish kebab one of his bollocks.
That's not non-lethal damage, but or subdue. It would technically be subdue damage, but it's not non-lethal.
If you leave the sword in, then it's fine.
I don't want to think about it. All right, Vinny, make your 2 attacks already.
Right. Yes. Attack my action.
Yep, you get sneak attack.
It's
Plus you got a
non-lethal for him.
bonus. Actually, no,
Lethal
because
for everyone in the future.
I would say in this instance the Sentinel counts as your ally. So, yeah. Also, you
Yeah,
get the
we're
+3 from
kind
it.
of working together.
Well, it's not necessarily kind of working together. It's that you were attacked by Raylo, and Raylo is the enemy. So, kind of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So you can go ahead and reroll the 2. That will definitely hit, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, so that is 11 plus
11 plus 4 is 15.
15. Okay, good hit. Okay. Take your first swipe against him, otherwise striking across his back, where he's now turned towards the Steelux Sentinel, excuse me. So that's your action.
Nobody's in imminent threat of death, so yeah, I'm going to use my bonus action to... Since I got 10 more speed from doing that, I'm going to use my bonus action to make an offhand attack.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, with the short sword, this is.
Yep. Then you still technically have bless should you miss, but okay, so that will be 1 plus 4, so 5 points of damage.
5 piercing and 2 cold.
5 piercing and 2
It has
cold.
some resistances.
Not to, he doesn't have resistance to cold. No.
Okay.
Okay. Up to that. Okay. End of your go. Kirv, you're up.
Hold on, I have
Oh.
10 more feet.
Okay. All right,
It's
you have
using the attack
mobile,
action.
so you can.
It's yeah, a class feature that looks a bit like mobile.
Oh yes,
Once
sorry,
I've
yes.
implemented it,
Fancy
so
footwork.
I'm backing off and trying to make a show of sheathing my weapons to this steel arc sentinel that I've put myself very close to.
Okay. Fair enough. Kirv, you're up.
I'm stumbling back.
I'm not going to get hit by Sentinel again if I move.
The person who did that is down currently.
Yes. I'm just making sure. Yeah, Kirv, I mean, she hasn't been downed before like this. She's scared. And angry, but mostly scared. And she is going to be hiding here.
Okay. Is it taking your action to hide, or are you... Or did you want to do anything from in there? Oh, actually, narratively speaking, Damian stepped out of the door, so the door is now closed.
Fuck. Okay.
There's still the rest of the room you can hide in, but...
Okay, you know what then? I will go here and... Relo's health, what's sort of looking at? Sorry,
He's not doing great. He's bloodied, but he's not on death's door yet.
Okay. Then would I be able to oh, that's touch, isn't it? Sorry.
Sorry.
We'll probably have a long rest after this, or
Oh yeah, I'm not doing
Rest,
fuck
yeah,
all
no.
until we've had a long rest.
then I think I will cast Phantasmal Killer on Raylo.
Okay. What save am I making here?
That is a Wisdom save 16.
Okay. That is a total of 4. With no modifier
Target
to
is
his
frightened.
wisdom, he sucks at that. Okay.
Target is frightened and takes 4d10 psychic damage at the end of each of their turns.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Noted. As a general
What's
note...
his greatest fear?
Oh yeah, that's true. I'll get to that in a moment. Well, actually, no. You described to me what his greatest fear would be. But, just so you are aware, 4d10 damage cannot be subdue damage. Because it is through the use of a spell. Do you still wish to do this? It has to be a melee attack
It's
in
only
order to
Raylo.
subdue
I don't
damage. At the end of the day, that's up
I
to
don't
you.
care about
this
NPC.
It's a matter of your character's moral choice at the end of the day.
Yes, what would you do?
We've been told to stand down. She's evil, but she's lawful. I'll hold off for now.
Okay.
I'll hold off for now.
Okay.
Sorry for the waste of time.
No, that's fine. It's good to just clarify this, and I mean, hey, you could have decided, actually, no, let's just kill this guy. I'll say in this moment, as you're otherwise, you back off for the moment, scared for what has happened, as you otherwise look to Raylo, seeing that he's the last one of this particular band that is a threat, you almost are tempted to reach out and strike against him, as, I'll say canonically, you note, as much as you aren't an emissary yourself, you note what lineage he holds with him, as you note the infernal runes across the edge of his great axe. He's from the layer of hell just above yours. This makes him as much an adversary as it does make him a rival. Does this change your opinion of casting Phantasmal Killer? It's up to you.
She, I think, in that sort of case, would rather fight with words
Okay.
and outsmart. So,
Okay.
she still, but she makes a note of it for sure.
Okay. Leo is unconscious, so we skip over Leo and we move to Raylo. Raylo in this instance looks at you, Romulus, and is going to very angrily attack you.
Mm-hmm. He has advantage because I reckless last time.
Thank you for that. He rolled a 2 to begin with.
Oh,
That is a 16 to hit on the first hit.
16. Let me check that. I think that might just hit.
I'm not sure if yours is 16 or 17. I can't remember.
It is 16, I'm afraid.
Okay, so this will just hit. He is going to
Yep.
dump. He's going to take a dump. He is going to dump. Let's see, how much. Yeah, he's angry with you. He's going to dump 10 points of his Glutton for Punishment into you. So this will be a bonus 30 damage on top of what he rolls.
Oh, yeah. There's there's no way of me getting out of this.
Yeah. So you take 46 points of slashing damage, half to 23. As he lifts the great axe, there's a moment of anger as he releases it in one heavy swing, as it chops down at you and into your body as you fall unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to take the second attack against you.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
mother.
That is a hit.
What?
That is a crit. You failed 2 death saving throws.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. You didn't know.
No. And if you'll remember, he rolled a natural 20 on his previous one, so he has no death saving throws currently. But if it gets to his turn and nobody has healed him, Romulus may die. Damian, it is your go, as in this moment Raylo kind of breathes in heavily and you watch as some of his wounds begin to cauterize and heal, as he is going to use the remainder of his punishment points to restore some hit points to himself.
You're the only one that moves before me.
Okay? Damian.
Yeah.
You're up. You see Romulus go down at Raylo's hands and attempts to kill. 2 strikes. The first one cutting into Romulus where he was previously wounded, where whatever magical healing may have sealed it back up reopens it as he lets out a bellow of pain. As the second one goes, it cuts deeper. You see bits of exposed lung and bone being very much damaged from these attacks. A fury behind Raylo seeing Leo be taken down initially. Even though Mortar was the one who did it the second time, Romulus was still the one in range and still the one who he wanted dead. What would you like to do, Damian?
Well, I've got to attack Raylo. I don't know. I assume you can just kind of walk across
buddy,
Leo.
buddy,
Or
again.
not.
If
Yes,
you do
I
that,
can't.
I potentially die. You can.
What
I'm
can I
just saying,
do?
you can attempt to stabilize someone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It will be a medicine check and it will be your action, but you can attempt to stabilize
Right.
Romulus.
Didn't you say you had healing potions?
I have got 2 healing potions as well.
So you could
You
use
can
one
give
of them
those
as an action.
So regardless, I'm using an action. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got to rely on the Steel Arc Sentinels to do the damage. Okay, well we're just going to have to rely on that, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I will use one of my healing potions because that more guarantees it than
This is accurate, yes.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, because it's guaranteed healing, so it
My
would
medicine
just...
would be. Yeah, given the fact that my dice are just crap, let's just use the bit of inventory.
A medicine would also just take him to 0. It wouldn't actually heal him, whereas the healing takes him above and therefore brings him out of that range.
Yeah, so we'll do that.
Okay.
Because that's just sensible.
So go ahead and roll me the 2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
Okay. As Romulus,
rolled good.
Damian sees this, he otherwise kind of kneels down, seeing the major injury. And otherwise taking the healing potion, unstoppers it and pours it directly into the wound as the effect of it seeps directly into your bloodstream. The flesh begins to knit itself back together. There isn't a pop of the bone, but you breathe, your lung expanding, still exposed as you are healed for 9 hit points. You are still incredibly dangerous, or is still incredibly dangerous at this point.
Yep.
Okay.
So sorry to have kind of like dictated what you do there, but
No, I
didn't
didn't understand. So that's fine.
Okay.
Um,
So Damian, that
bonus
is
action.
your movement and
Oh,
action. There's
I
not really much you can do for your bonus action at the moment, just because.
because I'm already.
could he use his bonus action to attempt to drag me a bit away from Raylo?
I'll allow it. Yeah. Oh, also, Vinny, you attacked Raylo, didn't you?
I did. Yes.
As did you, Romulus, as well. Previously, you made the one attack against him. Okay. So this wouldn't matter for you in this moment, Romulus, because you've already been healed for the purposes of this, and that big attack would have been enough to do it. But for Vinny, you take 7 points of fire damage. Oh no, so I'm rolling the wrong dice. I'm rolling they're too big. They need to be the smaller dice. You take 6 points of fire damage, halved to 3 from the first attack, and 7 points of fire damage, halved to 3 for the second attack.
That's Vinny, right?
That's Vinny, yeah. Yeah, because he has resistance to fire damage.
Okay.
Seems like any time that you attack this individual in melee while he's cloaked in this mantle of fire, you're taking damage.
I'm assuming I can't do double concentration.
No. It'll break the concentration on Bless.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't think I'm just going to actually literally just go through everything and check.
Okay, duly noted. It won't change anything with the benefit of hindsight. I wouldn't have gone for the second attack if I'd known that.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
But it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I still got channel defense stuff. Oh, I do have channel defense. You don't do anything. Oh, no, I've already done that, so I must have already used it. Okay, well, let's just tidy something up that I didn't realise I needed to tidy up. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else I can do, so yeah, I'll just try and drag Romulus back a bit towards Mortar.
Okay.
Yay, me.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll say you can move him to there. Okay. End of your go. It is now the Steel Sentinel, or Steel Arc Sentinel's turn. This one, seeing what is going on, yeah, it still sees all. Oh, here's the main threat. Move over, making 2 attacks. Both of those will hit. There's a chance this doesn't down him because he did give himself some bonus health, but we'll have to see. Okay. 2 this is plus 8, so that's 16 plus 3, 19 points of damage to him. And then the other 2 attacks from the other Steel Arc Sentinel. Both of the... Oh no, one of those misses. Deja vu from last time. 9 plus 1, 10 points of damage. He is still up, just. At this point... Yeah, I'm throwing 2 more Arcane Shackles into Raylo. Okay. He makes them both. Yeah, because they wouldn't kill. They're not set to kill at the moment. Because a murder technically hasn't happened, an attempted murder has, so they are not set to kill. So, yeah, in this moment, they're going to... I know what I'm going to have them all do. All 4 of them cast Prestidigitation to put out his fires. All in unison, putting out his fires with that cantrip. Oh, and actually, I am mistaken. At the start of their turn, yeah, they're going to use this now because they see this as a moment of need. Okay, Vinny, Romulus, Damian, and Kirv. All of you gain 5 temporary hit points. As they are going to use their aura of shielding to keep you guys safer this round.
Okay.
In place of removing the prestidigitation effect. To roll for the damage.
This is my last resort.
The Arc Steel Sentinel. I'll say this temporary hit points were blocked out. All the damage was blocked out the temporary hit points. Yeah, same on that one. Okay. So fire damage didn't do anything in the end to the Arc Steel Sentinels. And now, that will be the end of their turn. The beginning of Orloz's. Orloz in this moment, having regained their composure from the fear after everything has happened, sees that Raylo is the last one.
Oh, he's back. Welcome back.
Oh, there's
But he is.
Wait,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah, your route had changed over. You went quiet for a good couple of minutes.
20 seconds.
Oh,
Wait.
really?
Sorry, yeah.
Boo!
Cut my life into pizzas.
Don't mention them.
Cut my life into pizzas.
It's actually the name of a restaurant. I find it deeply amusing.
Really?
Yeah.
Restaurants shouldn't be allowed to have names that long.
Do you want to hear a fun one? They've recently changed their name, but we used to have a place near me called Second Girlfriend.
Wow, that's just mean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why have you got so many calls to Second Girlfriend? Oh, it's a pizza place I go to. I don't know why they named that, but they're really good at making pizzas.
Yeah. You know what? God, it would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Let's load this up again for the 4th time.
Oh, I should say, it's now changed its name to Italy.
Yeah, that's better. Alright, welcome back stream for the 4th time.
It's a work in progress.
It is. If it disconnects again in the next half an hour... It took it half an hour to reconnect back to my main router. That is atrocious.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, dead on half an hour, pretty much.
That is atrocious. I'm definitely giving them a call after this to have some words with them about this. Right. So what did you miss?
You hit him.
Yes, I hit him for
He
a
was
bunch of
still up.
damage. Romulus, Damian, Mortar, Vinny, and Kirv all gained 5 temporary hit points. Did you hear that bit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of where it got to.
Cool. At the end of their turn, it is Orloz's turn.
Oh,
As
Orloz
Orloz
entered the chat.
entered the chat, indeed. As in this moment, Orloz has regained his composure from the fear, seeing what is going on. He rushes forward past everything that's going on, and he, being considered one size larger, same as this Goliath individual, is going to try and grapple him to the ground. So, the first one, as he does this, that will be a 21 on his part versus Raylo, who got an 18 on his part. Wow. I'm surprised he got that. For context, Raylo has a plus 13 to his athletics because he has expertise, while Orloz has a plus 4. Damn. Okay. So, in this instance, you watch as Orloz otherwise rushes up, seeing the arcane shackles attempt to wrap around him, as Orloz jumps towards him, grabs around his neck, and begins to hold and push him down, otherwise holding on to him. Leo is gone. Just concede to them. There's a moment of pause, but Raylo proceeds to attempt to swing at Orloz. So Orloz is going to make an attack against him with advantage to subdue him. That is going to hit, and he's going to chuck his own vengeful smite into this.
Fuck you.
Versus the 7 hit points that Raylo has. There's a moment where you watch as this golden light emits from Orloz's fist as he plows it into the side of Raylo's head, and you watch as Raylo's eyes go dark as he collapses to the ground. Orloz just kind of standing over him. As he does so, he kind of reaches down and pulls his halberd out from underneath him, lowering it, and kind of lowers his head in submission to the Steel Arc Sentinels as they point their swords directly at his throat. Combat has seemingly ended.
I don't like that seemingly.
In this moment, as this is all resolving, Orloz otherwise backs off back to where he was, his halberd in place. The Steel Arc Sentinels go while they're doing the overminds, otherwise begin to seal Raulo and Leo with chains. Before they turn to the rest of your group. They look at you, Cat. One of them does anyway. The other one turns to the rest of you. Thank you, citizens, for otherwise assisting in these endeavours. Please do not get involved further. Trials and the result will be dealt with by our Justicars.
I think we're all ready to stand down.
At this
we
point,
rest here until we're back to proper functioning order.
they see no issue with this, as
Why am I surrounded?
Branson's body is put there. Cat, you are retained as shackled in this moment. As one of the sentinels stands over you in this moment, looking down, looking at Branson's body.
Oh.
I'm going to be dragging myself over.
Okay, as the rest of you hear, you have committed a murder in the presence of Zakers. How do you plead?
I'll look at the body, look at him, look at my arm. Guilty.
In that moment, the Steel Arc Sentinel otherwise nods towards you, and yeah, in this moment it's going to try and do that. Okay.
As she says guilty, I will call her. She wasn't in control. It's not her fault.
Roll me a persuasion check. No advantage, no disadvantage, just a flat roll.
I'm not terribly persuasive, I'm afraid. That is an 8, I believe.
8. The Steel Arc Sentinel hesitates for a moment before its blade reaches the edge of Sychania. Cat, in this moment, as you are restrained in place, you have the sudden realization that the Steel Arc Sentinel seems to be cutting Sychania free of you. What do you want to do?
Oh, hell no! Okay, can I cast?
You can.
Okay,
Ooh.
I am going to cast. Oh,
Okay, this.
fuck! It's not gonna go well.
I'll say, for the time being, I'll say the entire party is taking the dodge action with the exception of Romulus. For the sake of the endeavours of what's happening here. I'll say with the exception of Mortar, who's going to loot Leo. Real quick.
To clarify, this sword is being used to remove Sychania. It's not being used to directly attack
No,
Cat.
it seems it is being used to cut Sychania free from Cat.
Oh, if Sychania gets free, then that's gonna be hell. Cat's family too.
I don't know enough to know whether that's something like that would be a negative thing for Cat. Yeah, I if it was a direct attack on Cat, I would leap and sacrifice myself to try and save Cat, even for just a few more seconds. But I don't think, in my current state, I can sort of comprehend. This isn't an attack, so I'm not going to intervene directly.
So, Cat, what are you going to do? In this moment, as the rest of your party is otherwise stunned in this moment, kind of recollecting themselves, seeing the Steel Arc Sentinels otherwise go over and attend to the headless corpse on the floor after restraining the two unconscious forms, there is a moment as all of them are catching their breath that they don't even notice, with the exception of Romulus as he shouts out as the Steel Arc Sentinel is preparing to cut free Sychania. What do you do?
Okay. Can I try talking with an action in reserve?
It will give you it would give you disadvantage on your roll, but you may.
How does Dimension Door work?
Dimension Door is that you can take yourself to anywhere you can see within the range.
Okay,
If
so
you wish
I don't
to,
need
if
to
you
walk
wish,
through it.
No. If you
Okay.
guess where it is, where you're trying to go, you can do, but there is a roll. Should you fail, you may go too far or too short, and you could end up in a wall and take excessive damage. So in this instance, what do you want to do?
Oh, Christ. Alright. You know what? I'm going to just take the gamble, aren't I? Okay, I'm going to try and Dimension Door to the portal.
Which one? The one straight ahead of you?
Yes.
Okay. You cast Dimension Door. Go ahead and roll me Wild Magic.
Oh, Jesus. This is a 4th level.
4th level spell. So this is tripled to 12.
5 Wild Magic goes off.
4th level
The
spell.
fuck?
This is only a modifier of +2. What is it?
97.
Wait, shit, that's one of the weird ones, isn't it?
Cat,
What?
as you otherwise cast this spell, you watch as a skull appears and disappears. That is your wild magic.
Slithering skull!
Wait. 3, 2, 1, do the sound again.
What do you mean, do it again?
You know the sound I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, yes!
Oh my word, yeah. So, as that happens, Cat, your dimension door goes off. You are aiming for the portal, or teleportation circle, behind the closed door.
Mm-hmm.
In this moment, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Oh my god. Okay, I have got Tides of Chaos.
Do you have any inspiration as well?
I don't have an inspiration because Chris wouldn't let me have the one from Rebecca. 10. Is that good or bad? I don't even know what I'm rolling for here.
10.
What do I need?
This would be a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save, that's +2, so that's 12.
12.
Come on.
As you
got
cast
that riz.
Dimension Door, you cast the Dimension Door below you as if to sink into it, and in that moment the arcane shackles grab and hold you, as they seem to prevent teleportation-like spells and and
I don't even know why.
disappearing into other planes as well. You can only guess. In this instance, you fail against the arcane shackles and fail to break free. The blade from the Steel Arc Sentinel reaches down, and as it cuts into Sychania, there is a shattering sound. You close your eyes in that moment. The rest of you watch as the Steel Arc Sentinel stands back up, its blade shattered in hand.
Oh, should have seen that coming. Oh, okay.
As it looks back down at you with the almost very analytical eyes, there is a moment of it almost reading the room in this moment. There's a pause before it turns and seemingly leaves, returning from whence it came, but you know not why. The doors to which their chambers lie close, and you are left alone with the now unshackled forms of Cat, Raylo, and Leo, and the headless form of Branson at your side.
Oh, and the doors have closed.
And the doors have closed, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, there goes what I wanted to do.
Oh, they were closed prior to the them going in.
We can open the door to the teleporter if we want, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, crap.
Right. First thing. First things first. I'm going to slowly drag myself over to Orloz and Essa.
Okay. You can see that Orloz is otherwise kind of... He's got his hands out to Essa, and you see that she's kind of casting some kind of light healing magic across his palms, to which he is healed of that event.
Right. Thank you for your help there. I think we should all have a long rest and try and sort this out without any more violence.
The two of them otherwise look at you, and there's not necessarily a moment of hesitation, but Orloz otherwise nods. I think we better go. As much as we are bound to Leo... No. I want to hear it from all of you. And you see in this moment he stands up, the halberd at his side. What did he do? And for the sake of ease, I'll say, because your bless would have faded by now, I'll remove all the tokens so you can move around the battlefield a bit easier.
Whilst he is explaining that, I'm going to go tie up Raylo and Leo. I don't trust them to be calm.
Fair. Essa is
yeah.
going to remain in the back and just kind of, she's going to use her last spell slot to heal herself.
Oh, okay, hang on.
I think I'm going to tie them both up.
Oh, that wasn't very good.
I'm going to tie them both up to this pillar here on differing sides, so they're both being held in by each other.
Okay.
And make sure it's as tight as possible.
Yeah, sounds fair. Let's roll the healing for all of us as well. See, now that's more like it. Okay.
Right, I guess I'm replying to Orlos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leo killed 2 knights as soon as he returned with those rosary beads around his wrist. And he also tried killing my brother. I believe he has killed many others since, and I look at Essa pointedly.
Essa otherwise kind of looks away for a moment. He only did it where others wouldn't.
Now, I need to quickly look up Essa again, just to try and remember exactly what I knew. I know a little bit, but I'm trying to remember.
You can roll me a history check if you want, to see if you can get that a bit of the
Got it.
knowledge which you know from what I know.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might get something I didn't tell you.
Oh, we might as well roll it as well. I mean, I found the information I needed, but yeah, why not? Let's do that as well.
Oh man,
Just in case you... history check.
he's
Okay.
cheating! Alright, go on.
I could remember so much. It's a tiny bit of detail. Oh, that's wonderfully cocked. History?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 16.
You remember, or what you remember of Essa, this was the first person that Leo went after to join up with. Essa, from what you remember, from what you heard, was otherwise imprisoned by a lord of some form, someone who owned a vast amount of land off of Bannerlook, between Monolith and Bannerlook.
I can remember.
The lord themselves were killed, along with several of their guard, but none of the staff were harmed. The Ironmongers and one of their inquisitors was sent in hunting for Leo as a result of this. You know not why Essa was imprisoned there, but it's very untypical for a lord to have someone imprisoned.
I don't know what crimes you committed, but to kill others to free you.
I
That
committed
was
no
wrong.
crimes.
Then why were you imprisoned by the Lord?
She goes quiet in that moment. I healed many and had divine power. He sought to retrieve that for himself, but I told him he wasn't a good man. He didn't like that, and so said that if he couldn't be given salvation, nor could the people around him.
So he imprisoned you for that? That is wrong.
She otherwise
I'm not
bowed her head.
necessarily inclined to think that she's lying. Is it possible to see if she might be holding anything more back? than
Go
that
ahead.
explanation?
Make me an insight check.
Uh, 21.
21. Looking at her, as this is kind of brought up and mentioned, you note that she is otherwise kind of rubbing around her wrists in this instance. There is no damage there from what you can see, but your your ability to pick up on these signs makes you believe that her imprisonment wasn't a nice stay. The only thing that she's holding back is the nature of just how bad it was there.
Did Leo ever tell you why he freed you?
He said that I'd been doing good and that he needed someone to help him. Someone to help bring the others together, to help find them, to do good and ultimately bring back those he was looking for if they'd perished. I didn't know if I could do it, but I thought I might try.
Bring back people?
She
Ooh.
nods slowly. Orlos otherwise looks to you. He said the same to me. Said that I was needed as a debt to be paid to his patron. My house agreed and was willing to fulfill the oath, so long as I was. My house otherwise told me that my job was simply to protect, to make sure that the weak weren't subdued by evil doing that had apparently befallen Leo. To think
Now
that
I
he had done
noticed.
them.
I noticed the red go across his eyes
Yeah, you did.
earlier. Right. Okay.
Yeah, you and Vinny were the only two who did.
Cool. His patron is not one who you should serve. He or they are inherently evil.
Orlos otherwise kind of looks. And how could my house be so mistaken? To believe he was not good. Were his intentions not good? We saved
His
many on
intent-
our way here, took down cultists, individuals of dangerous descent.
From what I understand of the rosary beads, his intent may have been pure, but his patron most certainly is not. His patron is divine.
During the fight, it seemed like he might have wanted to stand down when he realized how this was going to go, but something stopped him.
Perhaps then. Orlos otherwise kind of looks towards Leo, who you can see Mortar is otherwise inspecting and kind of just looking up and down.
Speaking of, you said that he was looting him, right?
He was just like taking his weapon off of him and moving it to one side in case he
Right,
started
okay,
attacking.
I was just curious if he took the beads as well.
In this instance, he's probably just staring at Leo. So
The weapon's still there?
the weapon, as you otherwise turn and look as to where Mortar put it, or he otherwise kind of stashed it close to the wall, you can see where there is a small kind of char mark on the floor where it once was.
Yeah. As you can see, and I look behind me so that my wall doesn't miss it. His weapon has vanished. The weapon he was wielding. He can only summon them. He should not have that power.
The two of them take in the information, but not necessarily rejecting it. It's almost as if you're telling them something they already knew, but just chose to ignore.
You are aware that the deity he was saving has been exiled, right?
He said nothing of saving a deity.
So what was he trying to do? Do you know?
Who are you aiming that question at?
Probably more at Essa, given that Essa's been around for longer with him.
He said about the sky turning grey and the sea turning silver, the land becoming barren, hanging bodies in mist. That's what he saw. That's what I saw within him.
An intent to do that, or stop that from happening?
Stop that. He had no intent. He didn't want it to come about. He said it was something that he'd seen, that he wanted to prevent, that he wanted to fight against.
So why did he never let me talk to him? Because if that intent is pure, then that sounds something that I would want to happen as well. And then why did he attack my fellow knight and my brother? That surely would not help prevent it.
Did you say what his plan was for preventing this?
Our plan here was to get to the way gates below. We'd otherwise, and she otherwise procures a small book, we'd otherwise found information regarding a device here in Zakers, as well as the means to get in. We'd found a way to get in, and once we got to the place, the way gates they were called, we were going to be able to use them to get to our destination. A land of shining silvery metal sand and barren as far as the eye can see. A place where he needed to go to stop this. Somewhere where this had already happened.
This is more internal thoughts than actually spoken. And would he intend to do this if he wasn't wearing rosary beads? I want to... It's a risk, and I don't know. I'm going to ask a question first, and then I'll try connection
Okay.
afterwards.
Go for it.
I'm going to ask, addressing both Essa and Orlos.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen him take the rosary beads off?
The two of them look to each other and otherwise shake their head in that moment. I'll say with that, before you do anything, we'll move to Romulus and Cat and Kirv just to see what's going on with them. So I say, Kirv, is there anything in particular you would want to do during this time? You can see that Romulus and Cat are otherwise kneeling by what look to be the body of a headless Fluxian, and the rest of your companions are otherwise talking on the other side of the room.
Actually, I think Kirv would like to go over to Romulus and Cat and sort of look at Cat and look at Sidechania, and obviously Sidechania is perfectly fine, right?
Yep.
I'd like to sort of say/ask to Cat. That's very powerful, isn't it?
Everything that Cat's gone through, she's a mess.
Mhm.
Like,
I'll answer that. Yes, Sidechania is quite powerful. I think what I'm doing is I'm laying a tarp or a cloak or whatever I have that's available over the top of Brantham.
In the seconds since I've been gone, have you successfully made a cloak out of all those rat skins?
no,
No, they're
I
still in his
mean-
bag.
I mean, we could do it right now. Come on, Chris. Let's roll that survival check.
Alright, go ahead.
Fuck it, let's do it. Yeah, let's
I'm going to
see
say
what
this. This will take you. I'm going to say low DC, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Each one that you succeed is the quicker it will be done.
I want to stress this is fully a joke, but I do want to see what this ends up being. Hey!
And that is.
What are we saying? Survival?
Yep.
Then that is a nice, cool 23.
23. You kind of have that moment of thinking, I haven't had the chance to use the rat skins yet. And against your better judgment, Kat, you watch as Romulus pulls out these rat skins and begins sewing them together.
Yeah, I did make it very clear that was a joke and I was not doing it. But yes, if it's funny in canon, we'll leave that as like a canonically circumspect moment.
I'll say if you don't want to, then don't. Then don't. But
I don't particularly want to.
okay.
I do just want to cover Branson up and go over and hug Cat.
Okay. I'll say the thought crosses your mind of like, I could get this made really quickly if I put the rat skins just right together, and then you're like, nah.
I'll use that survival check later for making my rat skin cloak.
All right.
Or
fair enough.
my rat skin blanket.
So, as Romulus gives Cat a hug, this is the first time it's ever happened. Cat shirks off the hug, walks over here to Leo, looks at the beads.
Okay.
So, I'll just turn around and say, the problem, all of this, because of these.
You otherwise see Mortar as eyeing them at the same time.
And Damian would be turning in that direction at some point soon.
Yeah, so we'll get to that in a moment. So Kirv and Romulus, at this point, the two of you have been almost shrugged off by Cat. Do either of you do anything in this moment?
I think the only thing I can do. Yeah, Cat is the thing that matters to me at the moment. She has to be my main priority. I go over to Cat. I'm not going to put a hand on her or give her a hug, because she's already shrugged that off, but just say, no matter what happens, I am here. If nothing else, trust what I say. I have chosen you as my daughter, and you are no monster. Regardless of what horrors we face, what strange magical madness occurs, I will be here by your side until I draw my last breath.
Okay. I think in that...
Sorry. Kirv obviously is overhearing this.
Oh yeah.
And I would just like to say, Kirv's eyes go glossy. She turns away to hide it. She spits on the floor, and she goes to be on her own.
Okay. And I'll say...
Obviously with Eugene Filch.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I will say we'll take a quick few minutes break there to allow you all to recuperate. And allow Dan a little bit of time to return, and then I can... or to arrive, and then I can inform him as to what's going on. And hopefully my internet browser won't go down, or my internet provider won't go down again, but we'll see. Alright, so we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
I need the loot. Can I go
I meant chat, but go on.
Right, back in a minute then.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. It was stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is, even if Orlos hadn't, knocked the fuck out of Raylo, I was 100% going to do it on my turn because I was up next. That
Well, if he wasn't, I was going to cast Fireball on myself and take him out.
Please stop fireballing yourself.
I was like, he's going to kill Romulus. Romulus has one death saving throw left.
Ruh-roh.
I was like, I've got 50 points of health. Like, I know I can tank a fireball at the moment.
That's fair. That's fair.
And there wasn't a way I could use Shield Rune to not hit the other elementals. I would have had to use the Mold Rune. So that I can't use the second rune without consequence. So that would have been a tough decision to make, but it would have been one that I would have made.
I'm back. Hopefully we'll have a Dan join soon, but I don't know. He hasn't messaged me yet. So that means he's having late troubles from work, or maybe he isn't able to make the session. We'll see.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So just waiting for Kirv and potentially Mortar. Oh, and Damian as well.
Down. Diddle-diddle-diddle-down. Down. Diddle-diddle-diddle-down. Oh, we've all gone a-dying here and there, dropping down to 0 hit points everywhere. And every time we're dying, it's simple to say, someone use a healing potion, fuck this fucking day.
Strangely beautiful from Romulus.
Mmm.
I'm having one of those days. Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those sessions that make me think, if the campaign 1 party were watching us, what would they think?
Sasha would just be screaming at us all, for fuck's sake, just don't die.
While not healing any of us.
Okay, do you want me to run through the number of times I saved you from death?
Okay. Yeah,
It's
but
a pretty
not good,
high number.
But it did help, I will admit.
3 times alone in the fight against that ice dragon bastard.
I'm thinking the one time when you did actually do a whole lot of healing was against that clay golem thing. Flesh golem, whatever it was. At the bottom of the ravine.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that was brutal. I don't know, I think
Wait, when
Queglock would
was
just
this?
straight
I
everything
don't
up.
remember this.
The one where you were getting the Comet Strikers from the Undead College.
Mm.
And the
everyone,
Flesh Golem
got
that
healed.
Yeah.
that had its initiative
just
order
got
in such a
killed.
way that it would hit Rook just before his turn. Nobody
And then
thought
I
to
was
just
just there,
drag it out of the way.
Okay, Some of us didn't have time because we were too busy spending our entire fucking turn healing the dumb bastard.
There was one enemy and there were 6 of you.
That's fair. But I would say someone else could have done that.
Using the "it's not my problem" mentality. Wonderful.
We figured it out. We got there in the end.
Yeah, we won somehow that campaign.
Yeah, that's a. I'm not gonna say a surprise. We did. We were well prepared and did amazingly because we knew what we were doing, right?
Yeah. Everyone knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, well, we knew something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, Dan is online. Hopefully he'll be joining soon. Perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah! There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you made it back. It's Mortar's funeral.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Ah.
Well, it was coming.
Put Mortar into a little boat. We're sending them down the sewer, and somebody's setting fire to it.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, did anybody set me on fire yet? Because that's the bit I wanted to be here for.
No,
Yeah.
I saved you with electric.
Yeah, so so here's what happened. The party, during the initiative order, people did their attacks, then they backed off, as they did. You did your thing, you shot Leo twice, and stood your ground so you wouldn't take an attack of opportunity. This backfired somewhat, as Leo and Raylo then downed Vinny, Kirv, and you all in one round of combat.
Whoa!
Then they
What happened to
proceeded...
the peaceful solution that you know what? Questions for later.
Yeah, that went out of the window because they weren't going to be peaceful. So Leo was like, "Oh no, I'm taking on Damian." So made all the attacks, knocked out 3 of your party members. Raylo joined in, knocked you out, and then the party was suddenly in a very desperate situation where they needed to try and get everybody safe, effectively. Kat did that by healing everybody. You knocked out Leo for the second time. The first time Romulus did it. The second time you did it.
Hell yeah.
Because you just basically, when he was trying to get back up, you jumped to his back and just whacked him in the head with the butt of your dagger 3 times.
Yeah.
And went on from there. So this is the post-combat situation. Raylo and Leo are currently tied up around a pillar. The constructs, the Steel Arc Sentinels, they gathered everything together. One of them attempted to do the equivalent of what may have been a resting cat, you're not sure, as it otherwise struck to cut the chain from Cat. Its blade shattered. In that moment, the Steel Arc Sentinels and their overminds returned back to their seeming cubbies where they would remain. For no reason, they abandoned everything and left. At that point, the combat effectively ended. And what has happened...
Has Cytania been destroyed?
No, Cytania held strong and is undamaged.
Oh, sorry, you said the chain with the...
Oh, the blade shattered from the Steel Arc Sentinel.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
To my understanding, it wasn't even like a hard blow. It touched Cytania.
No, he pulled upwards as if trying to cut a cord, and the blade shattered.
Damn.
So
Man,
what has happened since then? Romulus has tied Leo and Raylo up around a pillar. Cat and Romulus and Kirv were having a kind of a, not necessarily a chat, but a moment around the body of Branson before Cat stood up to walk to Leo. Vinny and Damian were talking and interrogating Orloz and Essa about what exactly Leo was referring to. You, however, were left to your devices, and in this moment...
I think that... Yeah. I think Mortar... Because Kirv is currently on her own. What's Kirv doing, sorry?
She wandered off after Romulus had a kind of heart-to-heart moment with Cat. Prior to that, I'll say you were standing in front of
was
Leo.
feeling the emotions.
In this moment, as you're otherwise standing there, I'll say you've been inspecting Leo. You took interest. The blade you removed from his person to disarm him turned into fire and disappeared moments later. As you look at the unconscious form of Leo, you look across his form, his armor. You see the Order of the Crest, the blazed iconography on it. You see small etchings of magic throughout the basic nature of the armor. And as your eyes otherwise glance at the rosary beads wrapped around his hand, other eyes begin to draw attention to it as well. Other parties having their own interest in it. You feel almost this quaking in your right hand where you hold the hand cannon to your side. And you hear in the back of your mind this whisper. If you take them, I can grant you great power. I can show you what it means to be a wild walker. If you will only do what needs to be done, I can grant you such things. Then you hear a second voice in the back of your mind,
boy,
a familiar voice.
Yeah.
Take them. Entertain her for but a second.
I think when Mortar hears this voice in the back of his head, he's never associated it as hostile by any means. It's guided him through some very, very dark times in his life and has even saved him. So, unquestioningly, he will he'll quizzically tilt his head for a minute. And I think for the first time, he kind of casts a side eye in Romulus's direction. Namely because the last time he struck out and did something on his own accord, things went very badly, very quick. And the whole being shoved up against the wall thing and being really kind of set in his place really shook him. He's not consciously aware that he's doing it until he realizes that he is. And he kind of shakes his head and then goes to pick up the blade. But he does it slowly as if he wants someone to notice.
Oh, this is the beads around Leo's hand.
Oh, sorry, yes. Okay, yes.
That's right. So as you're otherwise kind of keeping an eye on Romulus, you otherwise look over at him and you can see that he goes over and kind of goes to give Cat a hug, who kind of pushes out of it and stands, almost immediately making a beeline straight towards you and Leo. As you reach down your hand, otherwise kind of gripping around a blood-soaked hand, and you pull the beads free easily. As they land in your hand, there's a moment of you feeling warm, your body feeling almost in ecstasy. A moment of joy, of wonder within your mind, a feeling of truth behind it all, a feeling of comfort. As your emotions are heightened in this moment, you feel wonderful before you hear at the back of your mind the familiar voice. Destroy them and claim them for your own. Do you do this?
You said you wanted people to kind of see this, and obviously I'm right nearby. Is there a perception?
It's like a subconscious thing. Like he's ordinarily Mortar is incredibly he will just do things. No, it's more spontaneous. Like he will just do things. Like he's very reckless. But I think after your talk with him, and also Cat as well, like that, the whole encounter we've had, and also even the smallest thing of like Vinny, healing me up and stuff like that, and actually, meeting Damian and everything like that, it's all kind of like fighting against his urge to basically do stupid shit because there's other people involved now. So I think he's subconsciously moving slower than he ordinarily would to do a stupid thing, as if he wants someone to stop him, but he doesn't realize.
Okay. I've got two things. First of all, do I perceive this happening with my passive perception, or do I need to roll for this?
I'll say in this instance, you walk up behind Cat and kind of place your hand on her shoulder and begin to say what you say with Kirv nearby, as Kirv turns and walks away in this instance. Damian is having a conversation with Orloz as he asks the question, have the beads ever been taken off? And I'll say, Cat, you're the only one who really notices Mortar has slipped the beads from Leo's hand and is currently holding them in his own.
I will likewise put my hand on them. You know they're dangerous, right?
As if kind of shaken from almost like a trance-like stupor, just kind of in those waves of ecstasy that took over, and then like the mind shattering just destroy them. As soon as I think it says destroy them, and then Cat's hands basically go over it.
That's the reason why everyone died. Got hurt. Led him to kill.
Have you ever done a really stupid thing just to see what would happen? Just for the fun of it.
I'm just going to be coming around,
Cat,
staying within
literally, looking him dead in the eyes. Like, I wouldn't be in this situation if I hadn't done something.
Just to check, I would like it known that I do not see at all what's going on with the beads.
No, at the moment the beads are being obscured from two different directions by two hands, one on
absolute-
top, one on the bottom.
fine.
It just looks like they've got hands on top of one another. The only person who would really perceive this outside of Cat and Mortar would probably be Damian, who is now noting two of his companions have their hands on the beads.
It's absolutely fine. I'm going to just throw a wrench in Mortar's entire lifetime.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to lay a hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
I was still alive when you dragged me into the portal room. I know what you did. And I wanted to say thank you. I'm going to pull you into a hug.
I'm going to say, Mortar,
Oh shit.
in this instance, you still have the majority of the handle on the beads. So, do you wish to relinquish them to Cat or maintain control of them? At this moment, you have the whispering in your mind repeating, destroy them, over and over again.
This voice has saved my life so many times. It's been my only friend for so many years, and now I have real life friends. And it's like, oh, this sucks. Okay. Oh man, what do I do?
Well, as you're making that decision, Damian is at that point, just as Romulus is beginning to hug Mortar, and of course, none of you exactly know why he's saying it. Well, two of you might have a clue. You just hear Damian yelling, "No!"
Romulus is like, why, I got a hug on your friend?
I think Mortar doesn't do anything. I think he almost, as soon as Romulus pulls him in, he kind of freezes for a moment. And you then note his shoulders begin to shake. He doesn't understand what's happening, but Mortar is feeling. He's feeling, and it's something that's incredibly alien to him. And I think that in that moment of like all the tension kind of being released from his body as he kind of breaks down into tears, not sobbing, but crying enough to where his mask begins to stain slightly, so you do notice, I think the beads clatter to the ground.
Just as Damian is about to literally rugby tackle Mortar,
Cat.
with Romulus hugging him.
Do you wish to take them, Cat?
Yeah, they're the root of the evil. The hand devours them. Or
Okay.
tries.
As your hand reaches towards them, the mouth on the palm of your kind of dark inky hand opens and begins to chatter in that moment. None of you really notice this except for Mortar. As Mortar, your emotions kind of go almost, as you say, they freeze in that moment. As Romulus kind of pulls you into a hug, Damian moves forward and attempts to kind of tackle you to get the beads. As Damian, you reach towards his hand, the grasp whiffing in the air as Cat pulls the beads free. This hand of what looks to be a chattering mouth on the palm, reaching for the beads as the beads begin to be eaten. There's a moment of pause as all of you take this in before you watch as the hand kind of twitches and shifts Cat, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
For
Oh,
fuck's sake!
Oh man.
You know what? You know what? At this point, Cat is the problem.
that is the problem, yeah. Oh, I'm
You-
going to use my Tides of Chaos for that.
You also have your inspiration, remember? So.
In all fairness,
Oh no, that was
12-year-old girl
Kirv,
doing
sorry.
impulsive shit
I mean,
like that
unless you're
does go wrong.
granting
No.
I know.
Tides
but
of Chaos.
Yeah, for
nine-
sure, dude.
19.
19 against a DC of 20.
I...
No.
Wait.
Oh.
Damian's within 10 feet.
So that's a 20.
Ooh!
Oh my word.
Against a DC of
Nice.
20, as the mouth begins to devour the beads, there is a moment of clicking and snapping as the beads pull them almost instinctively, with their own will, pull themselves free of the mouth. As the Constitution save is succeeded, you do not force down the beads as the arm wishes. And in that moment, there is a flash of memory of a time gone by and a crater made from the destruction of a magic item being fed to this creature. And your mind realizes what you have just averted with this success. That if you hadn't, everyone would have taken 200 points of force damage.
Oh my god.
Shit.
As you have this realization, your heart stopping, you drop the beads as they clatter to the ground. Your mind shakes, and you go to your knees, realizing that you would have had to make a choice. If you had failed, either progress several stages and drop the beads, or wipe out your entire party and very well a chunk of Zaka's Crossing.
Yeah.
Also,
Well
if I
done
know-
remembering that Damian one. That was a
Yeah,
big deal.
Question.
My life.
Can I get inspiration now?
I am going to allow it. I'm going to give both you and Damian inspiration for that, because that,
Nice.
without it, Cat would have had to have made a very dangerous decision.
Yeah.
I already have it. Can I give
Yeah.
it to someone else?
Yeah,
I
you
am
can give
going-
it to someone of your choice.
Logically, given that the person who's just managed to survive thanks to my benefit, I think Cat deserves it.
yeah, I second that.
Okay,
I second that.
I
Yeah.
think at this point I'm grabbing, like, if I sort of now cotton on to what's happened, I'm going to grab Cat and physically move her away from the situation.
Do you
Yeah,
resist,
over-
Cat?
Oh. The thing, how long does it last for? We spoke about.
As long as you want it to. It can be an
Um,
instant, it can be as long, it can be a full day. It's up to you.
Okay, so you feel a bit of resistance to start with, and then the teeth stop chattering, and she just goes completely limp.
As I'm going to turn to Damian and say, do these things need to be destroyed?
They at least need to be contained.
Good enough for me. Mortar will draw the Black Scorpion. He will fire as many shots as he can into the beads.
Okay. You fire the first shot into the beads, and as the psychic energy hits the wood, you watch as it cracks and shoots through it. In that moment, there is a screaming sound. Several screams. 10, in fact, you identify. Your spatial awareness picks up that each of the 10 beads of this chain, as each of them breaks, something is released from it. And as you draw in that moment, you feel almost this compulsion as you hold your weapon there, as you watch as the smoke from these shoots up and into the barrel, and you all begin to hear the screeching of metal. Mortar,
What's going on?
please take a look at your character sheet. I have added 2 more weapon profiles to Black Scorpion.
Oh shit. Guys, I'm so sorry.
Oh, do not apologize.
Oh my
Yeah,
word! What's
good.
going on?
So, for reference, I will let you choose. Do you wish to one of these? You can exhibit one of these forms now if you want to. The Crimson Vulture or the Iron Thunder.
Oh, he gets Crimson.
Both of those.
Wait. Sorry, was it Iron Vulture and Crimson Thunder, or Crimson Vulture and Iron Thunder?
Crimson Vulture and Iron Thunder. Those are
And
the
the
two.
other one was
that's-
and the other one
Black
was what? Black
Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets Black Scorpion and Crimson Vulture and Iron Thunder, and I get Stagger.
That's metal as hell. I think we should be best friends.
Stagger's not even a dagger.
Remember that it is pinned in Discord if you need to find the get sheet.
Yeah. Sorry, I am looking at it, but it's saying looks like all of my stuff is. I think all my stuff's gone.
It says you're not in the
Yes.
character sheet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just clicked on that.
Oh, what on earth?
Yeah, I have no
Oh,
idea what's going
that's
on
your that's the Christmas one shot one.
Oh,
That
that
explains
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, if you scroll up further,
so
it's up
much
there.
sense.
Yeah.
I've got it.
No, that's fine. My brain was like, wait, it's all
I'm not gonna
gone,
lie.
but it's right here.
I'm not gonna lie. A part of me died. A part of me friggin' died in that moment. I was like, absolutely not, man. Okay, so is it in my inventory?
Oh, they're in your core.
Oh, oh, thank you.
Yep, you know it in your core.
What is it under specifically?
Oh, it under core. It's under your weapon attacks. So it's where you would usually go for Black Scorpion. You can see the Crimson Vulture
Oh, I
and the Iron
see.
Thunder have been added
Holy
there.
shit. Okay. So I choose one.
No, you get both. This is just which one do you want to show off right now?
Oh man, these look very, very cool, and I have no idea what they are. I mean, I feel like I've got to go for the Crimson Vulture, my man.
Okay. The rest of you watch as, in this moment, the hand cannon that is otherwise being held there, you watch as the barrel of it begins to absorb this smoke, turning into this long spiral fashion, extending outwards for a good near meter of length. The base of it gains a second handle as you watch as it becomes heavy for Mortar to carry, as you have this long, sleek, otherwise winged in certain places, rifle-like weapon. As you take a look at this, you know the properties of this weapon and what it can do. You also get a sense that the other two that there is one more you haven't experienced, and the other one you can, and Black Scorpion, you can get back to at will. You can swap these at will once per turn.
Wow.
The beads are destroyed.
The beads are destroyed, but seemingly absorbed by Mortar's weapon.
Ooh. Okay.
All right. Well, my life just flashed before my eyes twice. We all seem to be
Also-
okay.
Mortar definitely froze in that moment, for sure. Like, he saw the gun, and he's like, he's not sure whether or not to be like, oh, this is really sick, or be like, I think I may have fucked up, like, incredibly. Like, I feel like I made a big mistake, and I don't know why.
Is this sick, or am I going to be sick?
See, I don't know.
I won't. Okay. Okay.
Mortar, are you okay? What happened? Bees are gone.
I heard you say contain, or at least contain, and there's a So I may not have been completely straight with you. I'm not the only one here. And he points to his head.
Please tell me you point your head with the gun.
No, I point to my head with my finger.
Okay, okay.
That could be a gun.
Bear in mind my gun is like a sniper rifle at the moment, so how on earth would I do that?
Yeah, that'd be very difficult.
awkwardly.
Yeah.
Extremely
sure.
long arms. Yeah.
Put the back.
Mr. Tickle.
Mr. Tickle.
Mr. Tickle has his sniper rifle ready to go.
Honestly,
Oh, you know what? That is the most terrifying thing you've come up with.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. That's incredibly cool. I think
New boss for a dungeon.
Mr. Tickle with a sniper rifle.
Oh God, no!
Hey Dan, if you want a one shot for your table, I'm willing to run Mr. Tickle with a sniper
my
rifle.
Word.
The party go to Mr. Menland.
I will on one condition. He has to be a legendary creature.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Mr. Tickle got a
Goes without
sniper
saying.
rifle.
Goes without saying.
Holding a sniper rifle to Mr. Bump's head.
Oh no.
I think Mortar, upon feeling obviously the weight and obviously he's holding a friggin' sniper rifle in his hand with the same kind of textures of the Black Scorpion, but it's different and it's evolved. He closes his eyes for a minute and almost in like a flash of psychic energy, it returns to his hand cannon, and he's like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on, and I won't lie, I kind of acted out there. That was terrifying, and I am so sorry.
You.
I saw Cat was upset, and I didn't know what to do. I thought the right thing to do was to destroy them, but
You did do the right thing.
I think you certainly did the right thing with the beads. I don't know what's happened consequently, though. It's a bit odd.
With
is the voice in my head quiet, Chris?
Currently, yeah. It's usually there's a general static that you can feel, but there's nothing that particularly catches your attention currently. You can try to draw it out, you know how.
I think in this moment, Mortar's kind of scared too. I think he's a lot has happened today, and I think he just wants a nap. I think he's like so much that I need time to process whatever the hell this is, and I think he basically says, you know what, this is a conversation for another time. Can we get out of here and find a place where we can lay down and just? I think I just need to rest.
Damian's gonna turn to Orloz and Essa in this moment, aware that the beads are gone, and says, the beads are gone. I think the influence may have left from Leo. Do you want to bring him round?
Orlos otherwise looks at Essa, who kind of hesitantly nods. Yeah, I can.
I'm going to turn to the rest of the party. Are you okay doing this right now? I can't guarantee that what was taking him over is gone, but I think it has.
I can. Orlos at this moment, holding his halberd.
maybe give me like
We've
10 minutes to like make sure Cat's okay and recover with a short rest.
Oh, you don't need...
Taking into the short rest.
Yeah, you don't need to have a 10 minutes. I mean, I will say
That's
that
what I was
both Essa and
saying,
Orlos have taken a short rest, by the way.
Yeah.
They both during this time they were just like, all right, well, stuff's happening. Let's have a sit down and tend to our wounds.
So at the moment, Cat is like fully nuzzled into Romulus and not letting go.
Yep. And
Like,
I'm obviously doing much the same with Cat, making sure she's okay.
Just a curve hiding behind a pillar, just having a moment.
Yeah. Several moments.
What? I mean, forgive me if we've gone over this already. It's a bit fuzzy, but I think I look at Cat, but I don't want to address her because I see the distress she's in, and I think because Damian's nearest to me, I think that I kind of nudge Damian. I say, "Are we gonna talk about whatever the hell that thing was?" I've never seen anything like it.
You just get a look from Damian. Neither have I. This is a new one for me.
I guess then I'll look at Vinny.
I'm just going to be cradling Cat and mumbling in her ear. It's all right. It's all right.
Maybe.
Everyone's
She's
alive.
mumbling.
It's okay.
She mumbled back. You just pick up.
Yeah.
It's in my head.
Oh shit.
I know.
Yeah,
Find
I
a way to
couldn't.
get it out.
No.
You're not doing this alone, I promise.
Yeah, I couldn't give you the full story if I wanted to, honestly, here, but let's just say we're working on it. The big
Right,
monster is
right.
a recent development,
Yeah, I'd
It's
say.
something-
and we're all
trigger
doing
it.
all we can to make sure that stops happening.
Right, sure. I was insensitive of me. I shouldn't have brought it up where she can hear. This is probably the last thing she wants to hear.
I'm gonna put like a hand
It's
on
like
his shoulder and
turn
sort
over
of,
and it's like, I've noted that your thoughts there and the emotional development that shows. Thumbs up, and then turn back to Cat.
I think Mortar manages a small smile at that.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
his
gonna-
brain just freaking fried.
I'm gonna like grab him by the arm and sort of like direct him over to the other side of the room.
Okay, yeah, I'll
It's-
come with.
Right, are we doing a short rest? Now?
Oh yeah, I'm 100%
Yeah,
happy.
I'll
to
say
do that.
whole party go ahead
Yeah.
and take a short rest. Use what hit die you have to heal back up. I'll say
Remember how this works.
you can roll as many hit die as you need, so roll them one at a time. Remember, Damian, you get d10s because you are a paladin. Mortar, you get d8s.
Gates, yep.
And then everybody else.
I'm going to
most people should know
use.
theirs.
How many am I on? 24. So
You
I'm
can
gonna
roll
use-
them. You can roll them one at a time, so you don't have to worry. But if you want to roll a bunch of them because you want to go, oh yeah, I need this healing, then go for it.
I really do. I'm gonna at least use 4.
Short rest.
Did you say you're on 24?
I'm
You
on
should-
24 at the minute.
Sorry, you should be on 13 from the combat. I
Oh,
wasn't
my
sure
apologies,
when
yes,
you
of course.
were keeping track of your health on your character sheet.
No,
but
so
you
sorry.
are.
I've got a manual. I'm just writing it basically.
Okay,
I just
yeah.
find it a bit easier for me.
Yeah, so you have
Okay, so
13
that's,
health currently.
13 plus 16. I have 29 now because I got 16 total.
But that's with plus your
Um,
constitution modifier for each, remember? So that's an
Oh,
additional
shit,
8.
yeah, you're
so that
right.
should be 24 additional. Yeah, so
24
you should be on
additional?
37.
I'm up to full.
No, 24
Oh, no,
with
never
the
mind, yeah.
additional, sorry. That was my fault.
Sorry, yes, that's right. So 37.
Yep.
That's absolutely fine.
You can
Sorry,
actually
I
let go,
didn't mean-
can't
I'm waiting for Harlan to finish what he was about to say.
Which part?
I
There's
did-
so many things.
I don't know. You didn't finish saying it.
you?
What was the last thing you remember me saying?
You started trying to speak about something, and that was as far as it got.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
what's-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Did I interrupt?
No, you guys were chatting, and then Harlan was about to say something which I thought
I've
was
got
important to do.
the-
What we're about to do.
Chef
Oh,
feature,
chef
part of
feature.
short rest. What happened?
yeah, so
Also, do we also get Vinny's additional
fucked.
Song of Rest
Song of
bullshit
Rest,
as well?
yeah. So,
Yes.
so both of you, it's a D6 from you, Vinny, currently?
And a D8 from me, although I think we were talking about workshopping
I can't remember.
alternative takes.
Oh, no, that's right. No, we were using that. So that means that Romulus, you would restore... So Romulus, you restore a flat 8, and Vinny,
Flat
you
8.
restore a flat 6 currently.
Is that if you use a hit die?
That's if you
Yep.
use a hit die, you gain 14 hit points as well.
Okay.
Oh
I was
my
only missing
boy.
6, but I'll take it.
So that would put you up to full
Chris.
now. Mortar.
Yeah, full.
Still leaves me below, but
have-
I'm still much better off.
I have some very problematic requirements that I need to use in order to get my stuff back.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be I'm going to be using all of them. I'm going to be meeting every single prerequisite in order, starting with Thought Scour all the way down to Psionic Membrane.
Okay. So you take 7 points of psychic damage. Then you only have to spend 2 hit die in order to get both of them back, and you've already spent 4. Because remember, it's as
Yeah.
well as healing, it's not in place of healing. That changed because I made some adjustments to the class. So you
I
get
see.
the
Okay,
healing
so I
as
can
well.
roll- I think I'm gonna roll. I think I'm gonna roll the rest of my hit die because I kind of want to be as healthy as I can.
You're only 7 hit points down.
That's true, but I'm not on. So 51 is my total.
51 is your total. You should be on 44 because you got the bonus 14 from Romulus and Vinny's combo.
Oh, I apologize. I have completely messed that up.
No, that's fine.
So,
That's why I was helping keep track of it, just to make sure that it was all.
Thank you.
All
So
sorted.
37 I would be on, and then I can roll the additional.
You should be on 44 because you were on 51 after all of the healing, and then the 7 points of psychic damage takes you down to that 44 limit.
Gotcha. So I can just roll another 2, and then that should be fine.
You could roll another 1 and potentially make it. So roll it 1 at a time, just in case.
Yeah, you know what? Why the hell not?
Yeah, because if you roll high, then.
Oh nope.
Yeah. So that would put you. So that would get you an additional
46.
4. So you're 3 below max. It's up to you if you wish to spend another one. Either way, it's
No,
guaranteed.
you know what?
So.
If I'm only 3 below max, I won't bother. So that is my.
So you should be at 48.
So I think. Yes, I'm on 48. That's right. I think. In the moment that Mortar kind of is, because I'm with Vinny at the moment, we're about to have a chat. I think. Mortar's nose suddenly gushes blood for a minute. As psionic energy kind of begins to worm its way from the gun through his veins up to his head, and his eyes glow purple for a minute, and I think then he kind of blinks as if it's completely normal.
Okay. And everybody has recovered from the short rest that they would otherwise be taking. Restore spell slots for
I do get those back.
for the Pact Magic Peoples. What were you going to say, Kirv?
Could I check the temporary hit points? They're gone now? 'Cause of short
Yes.
rest?
Any temporary hit points you would have had, you lose because of the short rest. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, I think we'll begin with Mortar and Vinny.
See my
here.
wounds knitting back together.
Oh, Romulus, you're going to
Sorry,
have some lasting
I
effects
think-
because of what happened to you, but we'll get to those another time.
I think that because I think I may have accidentally hijacked Romulus's and Cat's conversation. So should we do them first?
I don't mind.
Unless there's an order you want to do things in.
I'll say let's go from left to right. Let's start with Mortar and Vinny, then go to Damian and the 2 NPCs, and then we'll go to Romulus and Cat.
Okay.
And Kirv, if you wish to chime in on any of them, feel free to do so. Because I know you said your character was having a solitary moment, but if you wish to chime in, feel free to do so.
I would say currently she is there eyeing up Cychania.
Okay.
Ooh.
Eyeing up Cychania.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay. So, Mortar and
Chain
Vinny.
Warlock sounds fun.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me.
Oh my word, dude! Seriously.
Well, I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it.
I mean, anything that can shatter a sword.
Okay, yes, Vinny is about to speak and then notices your gun thing in the nosebleed. Like, ooh, is that meant to happen?
It's been a while since I've had to resort to that much of it, but you know, gifts they give and they take. Sorry, I interrupted you. What's up?
No, just to say, Wildcat's over there. You're right to be concerned, but Cat's doing everything in her power to get this under control, and we're all working together to help her with it. It's I don't really know what the source of your power is or how it all works, but from what you said about your head, maybe it's not so different.
Then I look at Vinny, and as Kat says it, I also say it. It's in my head.
All in my head. It's all in my head.
It's all in my head.
Nice chicken run reference.
Thank you.
Well, whatever it is, it makes you dangerous, and depending on who that danger is pointed at, that might be a good thing or not. But it doesn't control you.
It's the thing, Vinny. I think it might.
Ah, okay. That's...
I don't know. Since coming into this group, I don't know my own mind. I have to be aware that my actions have consequences.
I mean,
People-
that's true, but that's not magic. Everyone has to deal with that.
No. I think until you spend a lot of time on your own, with only a single voice in your head that isn't yours driving you somewhere, it's very difficult to understand exactly where I'm coming from. I don't know if you deal with this kind of thing. I don't know if anybody here does, except maybe her and her. Referencing both Cat and Kirv.
No, I'll admit, I've always been lucky enough to have allies beside me. When I haven't known my own mind, they've been there to help me.
Will you help me?
Yes. I don't know how yet, but
I don't know
we're
either.
figuring something out. We're figuring something out for Cat, and we'll figure something out for you as well.
Right. There's a nice asylum not too far away from where I've travelled, and maybe I'll check myself in there. I don't know. I've been umming and ahhing it, but it's never been much of a concern. Maybe I just need some help. What if none of this is? What if all of this is just? What if I'm viewing something from a two-dimensional angle when it's actually three-dimensional? What if I'm not seeing what reality is painting? I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. But enough about that. I think that we have our objective. We've successfully gotten the bad guy, which, go team, am I right? Cat is okay. For them, well, I'm not going to comment on that. All's well that ends well, huh?
One of the guys upstairs was saying something about a trial. Which, I mean,
What,
is
the
good
cat?
news, because that's how, as far as we know, that's how we're going to get this whole situation dealt with. Just the last trial we had to deal with was... Well, we all survived, and then the place collapsed.
No, Max died.
I'm sorry to say,
As he
Max
said,
was already
you all
dead.
survived.
Look, we'll get through this together, and after that, you should travel with us. Might do you some
Travel?
good not being on your own.
I don't know. I'm kind of not exactly a good omen. Bad things happen when I'm around. I mean, I say that, and I'm kind of like, bad things seem to happen just in general. Like I saw Cat turn into a crazy rage monster. Like, you know, I'm like, I have no idea what other secrets this party's hiding, and I'm kind of intrigued by it, but I'm also terrified of it.
Well, if it helps, I have no idea what secrets I'm hiding either, so...
Vinny
guess
glances
on
at the
that.
DM.
What?
Absolutely.
DM starts to sweat.
Get to writing.
I rolled a natural 16 on my deception check. You're fine.
Yes, Chris, what is your AC?
Knowing me, not that high.
We got the sticks and stones at the ready.
Got the clickety clackety rocks, they'll do.
Clickety clackety.
Oh. So, as you two are having this conversation, Damian, you're with Orloz and Essa, and Essa otherwise places her hand on the back of Leo's neck. At this moment, Leo otherwise kind of stirs, lifting his head and looking up. You can see the kind of the bright coloration of his eyes as he otherwise looks back at you. He's still wearing his armor, no weapon obviously, and no beads. Damian?
Leo?
What's all this strange dream? He otherwise kind of looks around. Where am I? Orloz? Essa? I remember most of what happened. Are you going to kill me, Damian?
I want to... Oh, how am I doing this? What I want to do is I want to see if I can... It appears as though he's like come out of a stupor from what he's saying. I just want to make sure that's actually the case.
Make me an insight check. This will be versus his persuasion or deception, depending on which he is using here. Okay. Double check his stat block.
Is that an insight, did you say?
Yep.
So 19.
19. With that good a roll, you look at him and you feel confident, almost, that he's not lying about this. He has let you know that he is remembering stuff. And that's all you really pick up. It's difficult to read someone in this instance, after fighting them so much, and then suddenly this dramatic shift leads you to believe there is possibly, if he's hiding something, he's doing it well. But it's difficult to say.
What do you think about what you can remember? That would determine my decision.
I remember what I did. About how it could have been handled better. But the anger was just so overwhelming. The desperation to break free of the shackles. With what the Order of the Crest were doing, I needed to be free of it. I never intended to hurt anyone.
Of what they were doing? What were they doing to you? I don't know what you did on that mission before you came back.
They sent us to deal with an incursion of some form. Creatures and cultists all gathered round. We arrived there and one of our members was changed, transformed even. And before we knew it, we were in another land. Hard stone and sand, pools of metal and silver. Trees barren and made of stone. Bodies hanging in the air, mists, and an eclipse shining across the world. We tried to run, but something got us. I was the only one who escaped. It's at this point you do see that he has begun to cry as he is talking here.
And
I
you ended up bees.
I escaped. I fled back to the keep, back to Balloon, and after I told them what happened, the abbots listened to me and they were going to lock me away. I overheard one of them say that I was too far gone, that I wasn't sound anymore. But I needed to get them out. They were still alive. They were just fleeing. I persisted and insisted that we send some others to help them, but none would listen. And then she spoke. The next thing I knew, I was standing in front of a pedestal, wooden beads calling to me as I reached out to them. It's at this point he otherwise reaches for his right hand. Do you stop him?
I take his hand.
You take his right hand, and in that moment there is a realization. As you pull the gauntlet free, you see where there was once a hand is in fact a stump. But you can see the stump is black and riddled with curses,
Oh shit.
covered from root to elbow.
Damn.
Leo, what happened to you? That's not good.
The wards that were protecting the beads fought back against me, but I took them anyway. I reached them before my hand withered, and I placed them on my other. Now, I don't know. I don't know why. I was told to go and free one who was captured, and I did so willingly, someone who could help who was in great pain, and I helped her. I cut her free of her bonds and took the head of the one who hurt her.
Ah, that would be. And I look at Esther. That
Yeah.
would be Esther here.
She nods. Then I went to Zaker's, and I saw the freedom fighters and the zealots who were harming one another. Branson and Raylo. And he kind of looks around the room and glances and sees Branson's headless body, the blood now dried upon the stone. Branson wanted what was good. He understood what it meant to lose friends. He said he was willing to come with to help me get them back if it would help protect the world. Raylo was reluctant at first, but soon he became a close companion. He wanted to kill, a challenge that would befit him. Something far stronger than those which his master had put him up against. And then, otherwise nods to Orloz. And then we met you on the path from down south to Braylin after we had made our run in with the cultists. Orloz otherwise nods. You said you'd come with to help us. You said that you would aid us in this fight, to protect us and your people, your house. By the gods, what have I done? I didn't want any of this to protect them.
You've tried to do good, and you see Damian's sort of got tears in his eyes as well. You did things that you didn't necessarily want to do, but your reasoning was pure, even if the acts themselves were not. I look direct. I make sure that Leo looks straight at me. I look into his eyes. I forgive you. It was not your fault. It was the beings.
Suddenly there is a moment of panic. A moment of desperation almost, as you kind of say that. And he otherwise looks around, almost like an addict looking for something to give them a fix. And there's a sudden moment where he's kind of heavily breathing, looking around. He looks at his hand and doesn't see them there. What have you done with them?
Oh,
Damian, what have you done with them?
okay. I have a question. Would Damian know who witnessed the destruction of the beads out of everybody?
Everybody would have seen it. Given the show that it was made of after Cat screamed the hand trying to destroy it, and what felt like almost a surge of magic in that instance, everybody in the room knows it happened.
Okay, Damian can't afford to look at anyone. Bear with me, I just want to quickly look at my stat blocks. I don't know. I've got a funny feeling that's not gonna work. Oh,
They were destroyed. Deal
I'm gonna
with
have
it.
to because there's no way I can deceive.
It's not really another option, is there?
No, not really.
Really.
No, so Romulus,
No.
as you otherwise kind of say that, he looks at you, and there's almost a heavy sigh of relief.
Aw.
Good.
Do we
Yeah,
still
this is-
need to finish what you were doing, though? Do we still need to try and save them? Or was that the beads telling you to do?
No, the inevitable is still coming. Damian, I need you to fulfill your oath or I could not. And with his good hand, he otherwise reaches for your arm.
I'm going to do an insight first, just to make sure that literally everything that he's just saying.
Go for it.
I mean, as a player, I'm convinced, but am I as a character?
No, that's fair. That's why you make these. That's why you make these
Insight
rolls,
check.
to make sure that it's correct. Yeah.
I'm not going to do very well because that's a 9.
It's a 9.
Yep.
There's a moment of
Doing good.
hesitation as your hand recoils, but seeing. Okay. But in this moment, there are tears in his eyes, and you feel surprisingly comfortable with if Leo was trying to pull one over on you, you would know it.
Yeah. And I stop recoiling and take the hand.
Okay.
I will do what I can.
Okay. And this is me quickly double checking because I couldn't find what I was looking for in the time you did that roll, unfortunately. Ah, here they are. You must be a shield to those who cannot defend themselves. Remain calm and pure of corrupt forces that choose to exploit the weak. Many need a helping hand in times of darkness. Such acts of charity and assistance can go a long way for those who need it. Do not wait for them to ask. Creatures from across the plains choose to expose weaknesses in mortal races of the prime material. Such creatures are not welcome and must be uprooted. Even though silver is worth less than gold, the lowest and the greatest must be tried the same, and given the judgment according accomplishments and crimes. The 4 tenets of your oath. In this moment, you realize something. And as these words are otherwise said, you look at Leo, and there's a moment, a feeling of disgust within you, almost instinctually so, before a moment of pity falls across you. He has broken his oaths. And according to your creed, you can enact judgment and kill him here, and no one would bat an eye. Or you can send him home for penance, where he will most likely live out the rest of his days as an abbot.
Well, I'm looking at the bit that's just below the tenants, which is my own oath for the Watchers item.
Mm-hmm.
I've partially succeeded, although not particularly well given how this session has worked in the first bit, to shield others against Leo. Yeah,
I mean,
hasn't quite worked.
you kept Romulus alive, you did your best to try and help the party. Nobody died.
To purify him by cleansing or killing if necessary. Well, Mortar's done most of that, but nevertheless.
Are we all sort of hearing all this happening?
Yes, you are hearing all of this happening, but to you it all feels... To you it almost feels like rambling. You're listening to this, but none of it makes sense. But to Damian, this is the core concept and cornerstone of his oath and his being.
I'm going to reply, and I'm going to quote what I saw as an additional oath.
Okay.
To Leo. To shield others against you. To purify you by cleansing or killing if necessary. To undo the wrongs that you have committed. To remain vigilant and not fall to the same corruption you are under. And I look at him and I say, I will take you home. And then I will fulfill the oaths that you could not. And I shan't fail you or this world.
He nods. Tears still streaming down his cheeks in this moment. Orloz otherwise looks at him, looks at you, looks back at Essa. And there's a moment of peace amongst all of you in that moment. And you feel almost as if your oath has been complete in a manner. There is still a last little bit of it left, but you feel whole. That you have righted a wrong and already undone something that you swore to do. While this is all happening, Romulus and Cat, you're over at one edge of the room. Romulus otherwise cradling Cat as Cat is kind of muttering and, in this moment, completely oblivious to the world around her, other than the arms that are wrapped around her.
It's all right, Cat. I'm here. No one died. The family are still here.
I thought you were gone. I thought you died. I let it have control. Now it's even worse.
Hey. I'm not dead. I got close to it, more than I'd like to admit. But I'm still here. Nothing takes out Romulus rust. More than that, I know it wasn't what you wanted to do. And I know it was scary, and I know it's hurt you. But if you hadn't, something much, much worse than my death could have happened. If you hadn't turned into that thing, you might have died. And I am never going to let that happen.
Yeah.
I know you feel like that form is nothing but a curse. And I understand why. But if it keeps you alive, then I'm glad of it. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Killed another innocent person. I saw his memories. He met my granddad. In fact, idoled him as a hero. How do I deal with that? How do I progress this? How do I stop this monster? I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life.
You're not going to be alone. I'm here. The rest of the team are here. You know we're not going to abandon you. We will find a way to break this curse.
Romulus, roll me a persuasion check.
Come on! Here's hoping. Where's my mouse gone? Where's my mouse gone?
Big numbers.
I need you to understand. I have a -1. Literally, the only chance of this doing anything is a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Come on. Come on, big numbers, let's go.
Big money.
That's a 7.
Ah.
Cat.
Damn it, that's not a nat 20.
Cat, as he says this, there's a moment of, yes, maybe there is, before you hear, lies. Lies, all of it.
I actually couldn't hear what that was.
Lies, all of it.
Wow.
Do I hear that with my telepathic intrusion?
Yes, you do. You hear this in that moment. Do you wish to interfere with it? Because you get to preview the message before it gets sent.
Oh, I do. There is no way. Mortar's like gone from so many emotional states. Like he's been cocky and arrogant to incredibly humble real friggin' quick to risking his life for these people he's just met. He is like all over the place. And in this moment he goes, this girl is 12 years old and she's been through so much shit. If I can even help just a fraction of putting this together, I want to do that. And I think that I'm going to replace, if I may, words of that message with, that is the truth.
Okay.
I want to try to put words in this entity's mouth and let the entity know that it's not the only one who can drop in on these little phone calls that's going on here.
Yeah, in this instance... Okay, so it... Yeah, okay, so in this instance, it's going to make an intelligence investigation check to understand the tampering, in this instance. Versus your spell save DC.
Which is 14.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Oh yes, naturally.
Yeah. Now, do note as part of this, you can exert yourself, taking 4d4 psychic damage to learn information about the creature, which has used this feature. This will be an investigation check on your part versus a DC equal to 8 plus the creature's CR or level.
Oh shit, okay. So did you say insight? Or
investigation.
Sorry.
There's an investigation.
I have a -2 to investigation.
If you want to, you can. Remember, a natural 20 is a 20 plus 5, so this will be a 25 minus 3,
Okay,
so it's up to you if you want to. So if you think the creature is
it.
of a CR 13 or lower, then...
I doubt it, but I want to chance it because I feel like I would try, at least trying.
Okay.
Okay, alright.
Oh my
Nah, that's
11.
13 minus 2 is 11.
Yeah. In this instance, as you try to exert yourself to try and identify the creature, you feel it push back against you. And there's the nattering and chattering of voices and teeth within your mind as you feel it recoil against you. I will roll you the 4d4 that you take. You take 8 points of psychic
Nice.
damage.
Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. 8 points. Lovely.
As you otherwise take that. There's a moment where Cat,
I would like to, as a reaction when I take psychic damage, I'm going to use psionic membrane. I want this creature to know I may not have gotten in, but I'm going to, and I'm going to use. I'm going to halve it. Yeah.
Okay, so you only take 4. So, Cat, in this moment, as you're otherwise kind of sat down, Romulus says, "We'll get rid of this thing. We'll sort it." You hear the voice say back, strangely enough, truth. All truth. And you feel suddenly warm while holding Romulus. A moment of aid and clarity. As Vinny, you watch as again from kind of Mortar's nose, a little bit of blood begins to kind of stain the edges of his mask as he otherwise begins to just wipe it away as best he can.
Okay. Okay. It's whispering to me now. It keeps talking. Like it's in my head. It's sort of like hold Romulus's hand. Just look up at him. Like, I understand we should never be alone. And I'm not alone. I have everyone else. I'm gonna look over and see Kirv. I'm gonna lead Romulus by the hand and also drag Kirv into a hug. You shouldn't be alone either. We're together.
Kirv doesn't react to the hug.
It's fair.
I physically pick you up, Kirv.
Eugene goes in for a hug.
Aw.
And Phil just goes, "What you doing?" "I want in."
Aww.
Give him head pats.
Yay. Okay. And as the party recovers physically and mentally from this bizarre yet now almost fully finalized part of this, I think that is where we will end the session for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the stream, thank you for watching, and thank you for all those who did stick with us through the multiple internet connection failures that happened partway through. I will be having a word with my internet provider. They will be getting partially written letters. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Next week we are going to be taking the week off, as we are going to be having a Christmas one-shot, which won't be live streamed, but maybe put up on the YouTube side of things at a later date. We will have to see. But for the time being, thanks for watching, and we will hopefully see you in 2 weeks' time on the 10th. So thank you, and bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.